What's up,
Hello.
Okay, what's up, everyone? God. This is Improv Donuts. That's right. Let's get that graphic thrown up there. Improv Donuts.
Oh, yeah, they made a new one. I forgot.
Yeah, where the hell is it?
Paid a lot for this photography.
They got it
It's
somewhere.
already off to a bang.
Yeah.
So this is going to be Improv Donut. This is going to be just a bit of a test run to do some short form improv in front of a camera, just sitting here talking with all these guys. So I'm going to be your host today. Well, one of your several hosts, but I'm just going to do the intro for this. My name is Phil. And then, of course, to this side over here, logging into Twitch is Wesley.
Hello.
Then
How's everyone doing?
Then we got Tito.
Hello. I'm sitting in a straight-backed chair, and I feel very stately.
All right. And then we got Dillon.
Hi. I have good breath because I just chewed gum for you guys.
Oh, awesome. And, of course, we got Nick back here to join us in. He's going to...
Yeah, on my fifth glass of wine.
That's
so.
right. He's very drunk.
Oh.
He's intoxicated. All right, so we're just going to do some
Cutting
scenes.
back.
Yeah. Well, got to perform.
Exactly. You got to perform with a belly full of wine. So we're just going to do some scenes, and we're just going to need some suggestions from you, the audience. If not, we're going to get them from our producers,
Yay.
who are just going to help us out with some of these scenes to just inspire us. So
That's true.
to get started, I'm gonna kick this over to Mr. Swedenberg, who is gonna go ahead and he's gonna take us through this first little scene exercise. Wesley.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
We're gonna do a scene.
Hey, we're on stage. Shut the fuck up.
Hey. Come on.
We're gonna do some. We're gonna do we're gonna make a story up for you. Can we get the title of a story? Something like, Mason found a duck living in his barn, or the rain gently patters against Mason's lips.
Does it have to be Mason related?
It has to be Mason.
Mason must be a character.
He's got to be in it.
Can we have a paragraph for a story title?
Yes, producers.
Title.
Yo.
Title, please.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Okay,
Anything else?
Yeah, we'll do it. Whatever.
Okay.
We got it.
Scooby-Doo.
Okay, well, we now present to you the story Scooby-Doo, Chapter 1.
Scooby-Doo was a lonely man living in a single-bedroom apartment. He had just lost his job at the cracker factory, and he was all alone. He knew that his wife, Vanessa, was never gonna
Touch him again. The cracker crumbs that were stuck to his chest were repulsive to her. It really turned her off sexually. She decided instead to pleasure herself with a large...
Roll of Pringles because she'd moved on from crackers. Also, she wasn't sexually attracted to him anymore because he just lost his job and he couldn't provide for the family.
Scooby-Doo was on his third family now. He had Wackadoo, his first child who died, unfortunately. Pickle-Doo, lost long relative of Gertrude. And
Mason, of course, his favorite son, who is actually a law student in NYC. Anyway, back to Scooby-Doo. He was contemplating all the mistakes that he had made in his life. He looked down that bottle
of cognac that he had been nursing as he watched the new season of Orange is the New Black, and he thought, now's the time to get into my passions. I should do a make or break thing. I want to be a writer.
All right, we'll end the first chapter there, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, so Scooby-Doo has kids, and he's moving on in life because he wasn't giving the pleasures to his wife. Let's move on to chapter 15. Chapter 15 in this story. All right, here we go.
Scooby walked into the methadone clinic. He was really strung out, but he realized he needed help, and this is where he was going to get the help. He looked over across the room and saw a beautiful woman crouched.
On a hidden dragon. She had been watching a lot of martial arts movies recently, and he could tell because of her Mandarin collar. She
Was beautiful and elegant, and she knew how to ride that dragon. The dragon, of course, was a metaphor for heroin, which she had been riding for several years. And she was still plenty high. He walked right over to
her and said, "Is this the line for the methadone clinic?" Yes, it is. She said in her Mandarin language.
which matched her collar. They decided to stand in line together while they waited for treatment from both a nurse and a social worker.
The social worker walked out and said, "Unfortunately, we only have enough methadone for one more patient." Scooby and his Mandarin-collared girlfriend stared at each other, started to sweat profusively, and tried to decide who would step
forward and take that sweet, sweet dose of that sweet, sweet methadone. Scooby decided he had a good career, and it was time to make another change, another big change. So he leaned over. He asked the girl, the Mandarin girl, what her name was. She said it was Vivian. And he gave Vivian the last shot of methadone.
Oh, so
So
sweet.
sweet.
Yeah, he really
Okay.
Loves her.
does love her.
That's what I'm feeling. What are you guys getting from
Yeah.
that story?
Yes.
Love.
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 All right. Let's move on in the story to the ending chapter. This is the end of the story. Let's find out what happens to Scooby-Doo and Vivian. All right, here we go.
Scooby-Doo was sitting on a cloud in heaven. His demons had gotten the best of him, and he had died. He finally was up in heaven, and he was able to see his two sons that had passed, Pickle-Doo and Frickle-Rop. And he felt, I have a lot of time right now. I could start really
Learning how to love. Him and his wife had both been hit by a giant minivan, by a gentleman who was way too high.
On whiteout, he would be sniffing whiteout while he was driving, and he didn't even see them out in the street, and they were in the crosswalk legally crossing together hand in hand, but he was so high on whiteout he didn't even brake. He just drove right across them.
And into a school bus full of small children. All of them were up there on the cloud with him. And Scooby thought to himself, you know what?
It's time to write that book. In the meantime, though, he looked down over the cloud and he saw his
girlfriend Vivian alone, crying to herself. Why?
Had life done this to me?
Suddenly, out of the clouds and mist, a figure appeared. It was Mason, his other son, who actually lived. He said,
Dad, I'm here to tell you that I'm doing okay. I know that you feel like you're at least 3/4 of a failure because you lost your marriage and your other two sons, but I'm all right. I'm a shift manager at Quiznos.
And I work mostly nights. Scooby was very proud of him. They hadn't talked in years, mostly because of the methadone and the accident and death.
That he was finally connecting with his son, who clearly had gotten his life back together by having a job at Quiznos and all the food that he could eat.
All right. What a beautiful ending.
Yes.
What a beautiful story.
Mhm.
Is that what you were looking for? The beautiful part?
Yeah, like this weird resolve where it's just like everybody died and he kind of learned something, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you all picked it up, but there was a moral to this story, and we're going to tell it to you now. Here we go.
Don't
Eat
2,
Many
pizzas.
while
walking
towards
The
methadone.
place.
Yep. That's right, everyone.
All right.
What's the
Oh
word
my
for
God.
place?
Clinic.
Clinic.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Do I have to keep my screen
is a
on in
place.
order for this to
Location.
be
the
activated?
Option.
But do I have to be on?
You have to keep the screen on.
Do I have to keep the screen on first?
You can actually change it to an audio-only mode, which is very cool. That Twitch allows you to do this, and I believe you'd still count as a viewer. I could show you how to do that if
You're
you'd
gonna have
like.
to show me how to do that. later.
Here, just hand it to me while somebody sets up the
But
next.
right
okay,
now we're
so
going
right
into the
now
next
we're gonna
piece.
jump into the next piece. So right now we're gonna have Wesley and Tito do a scene. Nick, you'll join us in a moment. So I'm gonna be coming to you, the audience or producers, periodically throughout this scene for suggestions. But to get Tito and Wes started, can I get a suggestion of a relationship between two people, something like husband, son, or doctors? Let's go with doctors. Thank you.
Jerry, late again.
Yeah, sorry. I've been taking all this Claritin just to try and get in a place where I can, come to work,
I
in a suitable
understand
manner,
spring's
but,
coming and you have the allergies.
Yeah, it's been terrible. So I hope this doesn't, I hope that I
Jerry, Miss Buttercup died
What?
on the drive here. Nope. Her heart gave out.
So it wasn't my fault for being late.
Freeze. Tito has a gift to give to Wes. It could be something like eternal hope or a rock that he once threw at his 4th grade teacher or used bubble gum.
I have a parting gift from her because you were her favorite and only doctor.
Yeah. Oh my
It was
God.
the last piece of gum that she chewed.
I knew she would want me to have this.
Yeah. There might be some flavor left in it.
You think?
Well, yeah, Jerry.
Well, I don't want to put it in my mouth. It's
Freeze.
from a dead woman.
Wesley now has a secret to tell Tito's character. It could be something like he's secretly bipolar, or he found a bunch of soup in his shoe, or he's Spider-Man.
Look, Dr. Robinson,
Yes, Jerry.
it's not because of my allergies, all right?
Well,
that-
you're even lower on my list right now.
No, you don't understand, okay? When I was a boy, when I was in high school, I got bit by a radioactive spider. And the train that almost derailed and was stopped by Spider-Man?
Yes.
I am him, Spider-Man. I am Spider-Man. I can prove it.
What?
I can look at my
You're
hands.
Spider. Oh my God!
Freeze.
Yeah.
I was ready to.
Freeze. Nick's character is now going to enjoy this scene. He's going to think he's somebody famous from pop culture, somebody like Marilyn Monroe or Marilyn Manson or... I said that one.
Nope.
Let's get another one. Donald Trump. He's entering. He thinks he is Donald Trump.
I was ready to fire you.
Well,
My God.
I'm glad you didn't. Okay, I have an actual excuse.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm
I
not
guess
an
you had.
asshole who would miss work. And,
That's what I was thinking.
okay, well, you know why I have to, hide my identity because the goblin.
Wrong. Wrong.
Whoa.
Wrong.
Hey.
Puppet.
Oh, jeez.
You're a puppet.
Look, Superintendent.
You don't recognize me?
I know who you
Superintendent.
are.
Superintendent Trump.
That's right. You're wrong.
I'm right.
You're
then.
right.
Yes,
You
thank
got
you.
to do something, and it's going to be the best ever.
Well, okay. Listen, Jerry. My feet's
Look,
really to
I
the
don't-
fire.
I don't
so,
like it when you guys gang up on me, okay? I'm Spider-Man.
Jerry, we're trying to run a
Freeze.
hospital.
They are now going to continue the scene as if this one might be weird, as if something in the environment has changed. Like, let's go for something audible. Like the room is now filling up with, or they're now underwater, or the room is full of helium, or we're putting a lot of strain on the producers. The room is now on fire.
Oh,
Are you gonna tell me that you didn't start this fire?
I didn't.
Is that what you're gonna tell me now?
I didn't start it.
Yep.
Why would I start a fire? I'm not fireman. I'm.
Phrase. They're now going to continue the scene in a foreign language. It could be anything from Klingon to grilled cheese, or
A made-up language.
a made-up language at all. What is it?
You got it.
You got it? Oh. They're now going to continue this in Rastafarian.
Brap, brap, brap.
We all got to go. We all got to go back to my place. I'll show you how I saved the people from the city.
Brap.
Praise! I don't speak Rastafarian. They're going to go back and translate that whole scene.
Jerry, that's the last straw. You're fired.
Hey,
Fired.
Hey, do you just want to go get a sandwich down at Subway? We always have a good time there. You know, it always takes down our mood.
Jerry, I'm ready to sign the paperwork. You're fired.
Hey, come on, Subway.
Freeze. They're now going to continue in the style of your favorite movie. It could be something like Quentin Tarantino or The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
You better. You have 5 seconds to leave my office.
I got one hand on my swibs.
I got 4 guns on my ankles, ready to shoot.
Fake news. That's fake news.
Hey, Superintendent Trump.
He doesn't have that. That's fake. Witch hunt.
Oh, God.
Web sling.
And scene. All right. That game might get cut.
Actually,
It's just hard not to. No, it's just hard not to do that one with. We need a lot of audience participation.
Yeah, and
so
there
one's
is that
hard.
15-second delay, so it's
Yeah.
hard to get suggestions from the audience.
Yeah.
Yes,
Is there people there?
we are testing.
are.
We
Yeah.
are testing.
Testing. So let us know what you guys
a
think.
new thing.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah,
few
you-
shows that I hello Jillian and Shoni. One of the few shows that I watch that on Twitch that does this kind of thing. They do suggestions at the very top of the show. Yeah.
We should have just done
That makes sense.
All right, let's go into a new choice.
All right, so welcome to New Choice. This is a improvised scene where two of my two of my favorite improvisers, Phil and who else wants to play this one?
Wes.
Wes. Where Phil and Wes
What did we do?
are going to be, this is New Choice, are going to be asked, are going to say several things, and at any point I can change,
We're just gonna say several things.
Yeah, we're just gonna talk.
at any point I can change what they say by going like this. New Choice. It's pretty clever. So Wes, give me, let's start off with an example.
Oh, sure. I ate marbles.
New Choice.
I had an IPA today.
New Choice.
I turned into a bush baby.
Perfect. That is how New Choice works. So, to get our improvisers started, let's get a suggestion of a location. Location.
Sorry, guys. One of you has to be producing. One of you has to be
Here, I'll-
suggesting.
We need suggestions.
I'll
Oh,
put a
yeah,
location.
Jill, give us a suggestion.
An island.
An island.
All right, guys, you're on an
Oh,
island.
Suggestion is-
Mr. Pooty Stump said Walmart.
Walmart. All right,
Walmart.
right. You're at Walmart. Oh, God damn it, that's you.
Which one?
He's Pooties.
yeah.
You're an
That's
asshole.
his
All right,
DJ
Walmart,
name.
go.
Oh, we're doing Walmart? Okay. Hey, Tom, I noticed that you've been taking extra long breaks lately.
Yeah, I can't stand it here.
New Choice.
You know I love it here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I just need to take a walk around every now and then to just appreciate this building.
New choice.
I looked at a bird, and I kept following it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't mean to take a long break. I was just following the bird to see where it was going. It's in the building.
Oh wow!
think it has
I
a
didn't know
nest.
that, Tom. Oh,
Yeah,
we'll
I
get
think it-
maintenance on that, but right now we need to focus. You're running late, and I'm your supervisor here.
New choice.
I am your guardian while you are still in
New
training.
choice.
I'm your mom and
I know.
son. As an employee here, I can't just give you special treatment any time that you feel like you need to wander off and see birds, sweetie.
Well, Mom, I think it's important. I mean, if there's birds in the warehouse, they're gonna start breeding. There's gonna be more.
Sweetie,
I felt like I was doing something, important for the Walmart.
Sweetie, I'm gonna have to discipline you. I'm sorry. There's just no other way. I'm gonna have to write you up.
New choice.
I'm gonna have to spank your bottom.
New choice.
I saw the biggest lizard the other day at Petco.
New choice.
One time, your father and I just drove around for no reason.
I remember I was trying to call you.
New choice.
I didn't know that.
It's true, son. I'm sorry. Just sometimes we need to get away from you. And then when I got you that job here at Walmart,
Wait a
you
minute.
just had to
Wait,
just
you're
and
telling
take
me
my personal time.
You and Dad just leave the house and go driving around
Son,
to get away from me?
you're 45.
New choice.
Son, you're 7.
New choice.
I saw the biggest lizard at the co-op. He was in the chip aisle.
And seed. Good call back.
Okay, Foursquare is next.
All right, so this is going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see.
hello, folks.
You guys know how Foursquare works. Start getting us suggestions.
That's right. If we can
Yeah,
just
we
get
need
a
some
ton of
suggestions.
suggestions coming out while I go ahead and explain what's going to happen here, we're going to try and show you as many scenes as possible. And we're going to have 2 improvisers start. Anytime I say shift left, it's going to be weird on, or it's going to be
Scene.
shift
How about
wait,
scene left?
camera left.
Well, shift
right.
left, it'll
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we're screwing it
like
up.
if it's,
Anyway,
if it's shift left, it'll go to Nick and Wes.
yeah, that's right. It's going to go,
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
so we're going to go this
yes.
way, this way, this way.
This is left. This is right.
Okay, thank you. That's all. I was just like, this is probably going to be confusing because you guys might see it backwards. Anyway, so anytime these 2 improvisers will do a scene, if I say shift left, then Tito and Dylan are again going to start doing a scene. If I say shift right, it's going to go back to Wes and Tito to
Right.
complete the
Okay.
scene that they established previously. So to get Tito and Wes started, we're going to get a location because I saw Jill put one there, and it was Thailand. Your suggestion is Thailand. So we're going to shift left to Tito and Dylan. Let's get a relationship between 2 people. Magicians. Perfect. Jill is on top of it. So you 2 magicians. Shift left, Dylan and Nick. You 2, let's get an opening line of dialogue. What is that?
Cheeks for days. Am I
Cheeks
right?
for days, am I right? That's your opening line of
Days, am I
dialogue. Then we're going to shift left. It's going to jump over here to Wes and Nick. And we're just going to
Okay.
get any random thing that I see there on the screen. Bees.
Bees?
Did you write that?
I don't know. Oh, they're back there.
Oh, okay.
It's on my
Bees.
laptop. I'm like,
Perfect.
what? I
Okay.
didn't write that.
So your suggestion will be bees. We're going to now shift left and let's review those suggestions.
Thailand.
Thailand.
Shift left.
Magicians.
Shift left.
Cheeks for days. Am I right?
Shift left.
Bees.
We're now going to shift right and begin with that opening line of dialogue. Shift right.
Cheeks for days. I can see. I can see.
Am I right?
That's amazing.
Yeah, I just got it done.
Wow.
Yeah.
It came in so like it came with the stubble.
Yeah.
You
because-
never have to do 5 o'clock shadow
yeah,
shave.
I felt like my face was flat.
It was.
and-
It was.
and
I agree.
lacking, stubble.
Yeah, it basically didn't have anything to it. You were like an amorphous kind of rolling hill of a face.
Yeah, I was sort of. Yeah.
Shift left.
Martin, have you noticed the bees out in the garden?
Oh yeah, I'm controlling them.
Is that? Oh, that's what you're doing in the attic.
Yes, I'm bringing them closer.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that because I was worried. I didn't want to get stung.
Well, it's really about the postman.
Huh? Oh.
I don't like how he's delivering the mail.
Oh.
So
This is how you're gonna murder
yes,
him.
I'm gonna.
Shift left.
Steven, I have a lot of orders waiting, okay? I need you to run these out.
I can't. Okay. Our supplier in Thailand.
No, I know. I've been improvising, okay? I have the poo-poo platter done. Okay, I have the egg foo yun finished. Like, I just need you to run them to table 5.
Why would you call it poo-poo platter?
Shiv left.
Blaine, my milk is gone.
Marcus, I can tell you why. I've been practicing the arts. The arts of
Magic. Yeah.
you know.
You owe me a milk.
I don't owe you a thing. Watch.
My milk.
I told you, I've been getting better.
You don't owe me a milk then.
I can make a chocolate if you want.
Can you please keep your hands off of my stuff?
I will keep my hands on, but my stick.
Shiv left.
Oh.
Have you considered maybe getting cheek work done yourself?
Yeah, I have, but mine are pretty chiseled and high layered. I don't know if
one side looks good, but
Yes.
maybe you want to.
Yeah, no, this one's
drooping.
It's a little droopy, but I promise you, it is nothing like this. Like what is happening, what was happening. I mean,
Yeah.
it's better now.
It's better now.
Yes,
it
it's
was
true.
worth the $7,000 that I had to pay for.
That's pretty cheap considering what we were working with before.
Well, they threw in the stubble.
Shiv left.
Martin, have you noticed that tunnel boring machine out back?
Yeah, the where the bees are building their
Yeah,
hive
yeah.
underneath it.
Yeah.
Yes, I asked them to do that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm.
Shiv left.
All right. I'm trying, all right, boss? Jeez, I'm going as fast as I can, but as long as our fortune cookies aren't coming in, what am I going to do about it? I can't do anything.
I bought some origami paper. Fold some fortune cookies. That's what I've been doing.
I'm not going to eat. I wouldn't want to eat paper, and neither would our customers. So we have to wait until our supplier ships these goddamn fortune cookies here.
Well, I guess we're just not going to make any money then for the next 3 days.
Well, maybe you can give him a speech or something. Do your thing.
God damn it, Steven.
Shiv left.
Hey! What are you?
Milk on, milk off, milk on, milk off, milk
Oh,
on.
gross.
Shiv left.
Jesus.
Yeah, I had a coupon for stubble, so it was in the paper.
I can't even believe that they would operate on that. I mean,
Shiv right.
look,
Shiv right.
I'm moving out.
Oh, ow.
That's what you get.
Why'd you
for,
hit
for
me?
suggesting.
Don't piss off those bees.
I didn't mean to. I just wanted to see the queen in action. That's why I came down here.
They're going to protect the queen. I don't want them to attack you, but they will.
Okay. Well, I'm just getting worried. I'm worried about you, Martin.
It's not all flowers and honey out there.
Shiv left.
Steve, I've been a little tense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not my
Okay.
fault, okay?
You got us through this shift.
Shiv left.
magic stick,
Oh,
magic
God.
stick.
And scene. Thank you. That was that.
Yeah. What's next?
We got ABC.
All right, guys. For this next improvised piece, 2 improvisers are going to do a scene. Dylan and Nick. What they're going to do is every single sentence that they say is going to begin with the next sequential letter of the alphabet. So it would be like A, and then B, C, D, so forth. All we need from you is a starting letter from the alphabet, and then they will wrap all the way back around to it. J. And a suggestion. Right, yes, okay. There we go. And a suggestion of a location. Okay, something like McDonald's or your mother-in-law's house. Amusement park. Thank you. Amusement park, letter is J.
Jaguar, do you see him?
Kidding me? Of course I see him.
Let's sit and think about this for a second.
Maybe we should just go over and check it out.
No, I don't think you understand. I've been eyeing that Jaguar since we got here, and he's been eyeing me.
Of course, it's always about Jaguar eyeing you. I'm always like, left out in the cold.
Pussy.
Quit it. I don't like it when you call me that name.
Right. I forget. I mean, we've moved past that word, and me too.
Something tells me you're still hooked on it.
Thanks for having any sort of a belief in me and in my. I'm trying to get over this,
Until you really show me that you've changed, I don't believe it.
Vag.
Well, if you're going to be like that about it.
Extreme. I take it to the extreme,
You don't know your grammar, do you?
Zip. Biddy.
Absolutely. You just proved my point.
Brian, you don't know what it's like, to have the parents I had and the way I grew up, like you don't even know.
Carl, you're going to play the parent card again? Really?
Damn straight.
Every time, it's always my parents.
Fuck you. Pussy.
God damn it. That word again.
Hell, I don't know what I'm doing here, honestly. I'm trying really hard.
I don't know either.
Just give me a chance.
Scene. Cool.
How's,
Awesome.
Wasn't really about it.
we're doing a challenge. Right
Okay,
after, so you're just
guys,
gonna do-
for the next piece, we are going to have a little debate amongst the four of us, minus me because I'm hosting. And so to start us off, all we need is a news story that is hot right now. Perhaps like the U.S. Men's winning curling, or, Trump doing something. So anything in the news today? Producers or internet?
The internet doesn't know anything about the news.
Come on, Internet.
Come on, producers. Do you guys read Google News? I read it.
Ooh, Russian Olympic doping scandal.
Russian Olympic doping scandal. Cool. Take it away.
So here's the thing with the Russian Olympic doping scandal. They dropped the entire country, and then they let a handful in to participate because they weren't doping, and then a handful of them started doping. It's just a never-ending series of doping events, and they just can't be in it. I'm sorry, it's the entire country or none at all.
Challenge.
Wesley.
I think Putin is an amazing leader.
Continue.
He is such a great guy. He is looking out for his country, all right? He has his people in mind. He's a handsome man. He can spy on people really good.
Challenge.
Phil.
Pudding is disgusting.
Ooh, I like that move that you made.
Thank you.
Please continue.
Yeah, I don't think pudding is very delicious. Maybe I'm left in that category of people who don't really enjoy pudding. But I just don't feel like it feels like it's weak ass chocolate. It feels like when I'm going in there and I'm on a diet.
Challenge.
Nick.
I think if you didn't focus on chocolate, there's so many other puddings. Rice pudding is actually quite good and good for
Continue.
you. Oh, thank you. I just gotta keep
Noise. Yeah. He's very passionate.
Right? Yeah, I love rice pudding. And what I really like is that when you get your Chinese food and you have a little leftover rice, next day you make your own.
Challenge.
Dill.
Chinaman is racist.
Proceed.
Challenge.
Phil. Thank God.
I ate at a shitty Chinese restaurant the other day.
Please proceed.
Okay, so me and my girlfriend went out to this Chinese restaurant that's kind of hidden in Rio Rancho. It was just so, the food was decent, except
Challenge.
she had...
Nick.
Phil always brings up his girlfriend.
Noted. Continue.
Challenge.
So anyway, my girlfriend and I...
Challenge.
Phil. Dill.
Don Cheadle makes the best Chinaman.
Noted. Continue.
So anyway, we were there, and it was just weird. It was like this big place. It was like a really expensive-looking place, but it was empty. And the only two people, other than my girlfriend, of course, and I, were two ladies who looked like they were having trouble paying the bill. So I just kept seeing them on the phone.
Dill.
Phil and I always look like we have trouble paying the bill.
Continue.
Phil recently told me, and I've felt this before. It's one of my favorite things, is wearing things like fancy clothing, we don't feel right in them. I'm gonna speak for you.
You're right.
We feel largely because of the color of our skin that we aren't meant to be wearing these collared button-up shirts, and that's largely a societal thing. It's not that we genuinely don't believe that we could wear.
Challenge.
Obviously,
Phil.
One time, security got called on me by a tea party group in the
Continue.
other room. Okay, so I was doing dinner detective in the room, dinner detective at the Marriott, and right across from the hall, they were having a tea party. You know, like the tea party guys were having an event going on where they're all like talking about whatever the hell is they believe in. And I was one of the dinner guests, and I was just walking to the bathroom. I wasn't even the murderer that night, and apparently security, they knew me because I worked there all the time for dinner detective, and he saw me in the bathroom. He's like, I'm supposed to be checking you out right now. I was like, wait, what? First of all, we're in the bathroom. That's not okay. What? Second of all, he's like, yeah, the group next to it said there's a suspicious man outside walking around.
God.
Challenge.
Dill.
The tea party could be fun.
Continue.
I just imagine they like wear big purple hats at their rallying events, and like they're just all drinking tea around like small circular tables. It could be a good time, like-
Challenge.
Wes.
St. James Tea Room is delicious.
Continue.
It's a little place where they give you tea and little food bits and in like giant course meals sort of thing, and you try tea with different little cupcake meat
Challenge.
patties.
Phil.
I hate mushrooms.
Continue.
One of the things we had there was loaded with mushrooms, and I absolutely hate mushrooms. Every single time that I ingest them, my stomach seems to know it, and I just start vomiting.
Challenge.
Dill.
Vomiting is a Russian thing.
Continue.
I say that because I think if you dope too much, you're going to be throwing up a lot. You're probably going to be drinking a lot of tea, and God knows you shouldn't be in the Olympics.
Awesome. Good
Excellent.
one.
Let's go on to the final game because it's 7:52.
Cool. Well, are we on our final one?
We were gonna do we had no S. We were gonna do no S, and then we are gonna do sex with me. So we just want to have sex with me, y'all.
Yeah, let's do sex with me. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. For this next improvised piece, we are going to all tell you what it's like to have sex with each one of us.
Together?
Together.
And you are going to play with this as well. You're not
Yes,
staying on silence.
of course.
Cool.
Can we get a word, something like an object that you would find, maybe in your garden, like a steak? Yes, a steak.
Sex with me is like a steak, really tough.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Sex with me is like a steak. I'll give you splinters.
Sex with me is like a steak. You got to flip me over a lot.
Oh!
Sex with me is like a steak. You gotta trim off some fat.
Oh, sex with me is like a steak, rare.
Sex with me is like a steak. You got to hit it with a meat hammer in order to get it hard or soft.
Sex with me is like a steak. That is some hard wood.
Sex with me is like a steak. It's served at only exclusive restaurants.
Sex with me is like a steak used to kill vampires.
All right, can we get another
can we get a-
suggestion? What is that?
Cheese
grater.
grater.
Cheese grater.
Sex with me is like a cheese grater.
Sex with me is like a cheese grater. I'm going to use all your holes.
Nice.
Sex with me is like a cheese grater. It'll tear your finger if you get it caught.
Sex with me is like a cheese grater. There's a lot of blood.
Sex with me is like a cheese grater. I like to involve a little bit of metal and plastic in our life.
Sex with me is like a cheese grater, hard to wash after use.
Okay, let's get another suggestion. Let's get some more suggestions, everyone. Let's go with grandmas. I see it up there. So, like grandmas. Okay.
Sex with me is like grandma. It's very wrinkly.
Sex with me is like a grandma. You gotta put on some Ben Gay afterwards.
Ooh. Sex with me is like a grandma used to have a grandpa.
Oh, I was going to say that.
I don't know what that means.
Sex with me is like grandma. You're my grandma.
Sex with me is like a grandma. You get a treat. You get some hard candy at the end.
All right. Let's grab another suggestion. Birdhouse. Thank you.
Sex with me is like a birdhouse. Tiny hole fits in a big animal. Tiny hole, big animal squeezes in. Sex with me is like a birdhouse. A bunch of middle schoolers make it.
Sex with me is like a birdhouse full of seed.
Sex with me is like a birdhouse. You don't want to be outside.
Sex with me is like a birdhouse. It's a great gift for your mom.
Sex with me is like a birdhouse, very colorful.
Ooh.
Sex with me is like a birdhouse. You won't appreciate the squirrels that show up.
God. Let's get one more suggestion. Let's get one more suggestion.
Last one.
Half of these make no sense. Anything else? We're gonna end on a big one. Give us something really tasty.
Yeah, something really juicy.
Something
Come
really
on.
juicy.
Sex
Come
with
on,
me is like
you.
juice. Is it like, huh?
What?
What?
A MacBook?
MacBook.
MacBook.
Sex with me is like a MacBook. You got to be rich to afford it.
Sex with me is like a MacBook. You got to be white to afford it.
Ooh. Just.
Let's see.
Sex with me is like a MacBook. When something goes wrong, we're gonna need to get a professional to get it looked at.
Ooh.
Sex with me is like a MacBook. The government is always watching.
Oh, it's gonna be my next one.
Sex with me is like a MacBook. Only a genius can understand me.
Sex with me is like a MacBook. You got to Mac this in order to work
Se-
this. Work this. I really didn't
Sex with
double
me
down.
is like a MacBook. I'm gonna stick my Mac in your book.
Sex with me is like a MacBook. Make sure you put the thumb drive in the right socket.
Ooh, good one. We're gonna
yeah.
end with that one.
Cool.
Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in to what are we? Improv Donut.
The Improv Donut Experiment.
The Improv Donut Experiment.
I like
Ooh, I like that little.
Jamie Kennedy.
But that. Do we have the logo? The correct
Nope.
logo.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Hold on. Here it comes, guys. There it is. So.
Look at it. So beautiful.
Beautiful.
Eat your
Take
heart
that,
out,
Zach.
Zach.
Your
Anyway,
department's having a heart attack.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. Please, if you wouldn't mind, give us your thoughts and your comments. Leave them in there or go to the Facebook page. Just leave us some comments. That way, what you think we can improve on, other games you think would be great for us to play. And, of course, all our friends out there, if you'd like to come play with us, just let us know. Thank you, guys.
Subscribe, follow.
Subscribe. Do that thing at twitch.tv/colorcircuitlive.com.
What's coming up next?
It's not .com.
Coming up next.
It's
Oh, no,
not
.com.
.com.
Okay, coming up next, we're going to get rid of that donut and we're going to replace it with something nice and healthy. It's called Improv Bagel.
We'll be live
There's
in
the
5
graphic.
minutes.
There we are. Give us 5. We'll be good. Bye. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We have been unmuted, and now we are uncensored. That's right. I'm Phil, your host of Improv Bagel. Of course, we got my co-host here, finally, again.
Hello.
That's right,
My name is
Dylan.
Dylan.
That's right. We look
And,
similar. We're going to confuse you.
I got the bun on today.
You
I've been
motherfucker.
wearing a bun
Oh.
at work.
Really?
Like I've been like slowly like I used to wear slacks
Yeah.
and like quote unquote leather shoes. They're pleather and like blah blah blah.
They're vegan.
And like I've like gone into like I just wear like it's a button up with a collar, but it's what is it called? That like
Long sleeve?
yeah, God,
Oxford.
like it's like
yeah.
warm. Like
sweater?
what would a lager
Wool?
person wear?
Oh, flannel.
I've been wearing like flannel, which is
Yeah.
not necessarily. I've been putting my hair up in a bun. Yeah,
That's fine.
Anyway.
That sounds
Hey.
hot. Anyway,
Hey.
before we jump into anything else, I need to finish introducing people, everyone. So we got what? I don't care. Anyway, so Wes, we got Wes here again. How are you, Wes?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
And then we got Nick. Nick, of course, joining
Hello.
us again.
Hello.
Always
hello.
lovely to have the great Nick here.
Thank you.
And Tito, who's already jumping the gun. I wanted to jump into the scene right away. He's
Something
here.
about flannel.
Hi.
Hi.
Let's do it. Let's do that.
What's
Scene.
going on? Sure, let's just jump right into the scene.
Hey, Bryce, as I just needed to tell you, as your cubicle mate, like the patchouli is really strong.
Hey, come on. I just put a little bit in my hair and I put a little on my chest. It's
Okay, like you do you, but it's upset Mavis, you know, who's right next door, and also just you've brought in some dirt, and you just have a cup of dirt on the counter.
yeah. I'm growing a potato. You've never grown a potato at your desk before. You know, it even takes patchouli oil to help grow, so I wring out my hair.
Bryce, I just want to be able to focus on my job, okay?
My God, he's still here. You were supposed to take care of this.
Mavis, I will.
You were
I
supposed
will.
to handle this. I thought you were the big man on campus here.
Mavis, I'm handling it in my way.
I'm gonna
okay?
handle this in Mavis's way. Hey,
Hey, Mavis,
look, I know we used to have a thing,
what's up?
but I don't appreciate you bringing extra strong patchouli into this office. And that pot of dirt.
No, what are you doing? That was my potato. It was only two.
Stomp.
Oh, hey, oh no! That was
That's
my-
right. I am showing you how to be big man on campus right now.
Hey,
I was getting to the potato. Another thing, Bryce, is like all your clothes are now made out of hemp, and it just smells like weed.
it's real though. This
It
is
smells-
this ain't none of that fake stuff you find out in.
Take a stand. Rip that shirt off of him. Come on, I'm dating you now.
Mavis, I'm trying to handle this.
That's right. He's my man now, and you better watch out.
Mavis, like you're stirring shit up. Okay, I'm trying to get this done. Okay.
He also said you look fat in those pleather shoes.
You said I look fat. You said I look good in my pleather shoes the other day. You said, "Hey, I like that you're going
I said-
non-leather."
Big
well, I
man?
was lying. Okay.
Why would you do that? Why are you dating my
Oh.
girl?
You're always just like throwing up peace signs and talking about good vibes, and you don't get any work done.
That's right.
I'm
Tell
waiting
him.
on those reports.
Tell him about those reports, baby.
Man, listen, we have a construction job, okay, that we're trying to get off the ground, and I need those reports on the location specs.
Hey, listen, I'm here to do my job. It's just, you know, if we're gonna be tearing down the forest every day, I feel like I could stop that a little bit by giving you reports a little less.
Baby, let me handle it. Oh, what the?
Hello, delivery. I have a canister of TLHS
Oh,
oil.
thanks. Oh, yeah. This is my guys. This is
Have
my
a good one.
This is I get a loot oil every month, once a month.
Give me this.
Well, no. I'm like mopping my hair in it. That's the sound of me mopping my hair.
We
into
cut to the
oil.
next day. Why is there a moose in the cubicle?
Hey, meese, and I brought in 2 of them. Meese are like, they're good for the earth. They're good for the office. Keep morale up.
And scene.
Why did you suggest it?
I don't know.
What?
Why did you kill Potato?
Yeah. I really wanted to see
I
what was
don't
going to
know, I
happen with Potato.
Wait, was he talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit.
I don't know.
Just a bit.
Oh God,
Man.
that was fun.
Yeah.
So that's interesting that you dress very nice for your job. I actually have to dress nice for my job, and I feel like I rein it in all the time.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. I just wear the same pair of pants to work almost every day.
Yeah, me too.
And the same button-up shirt that it's like I take off once I get home, so it's clean.
I mean,
you air it
the-
out?
the-
Do you
yeah,
air it out
the
every
true
day?
phoning it in would be just to show up with no pants.
That's true. I could, but
Yeah.
they have a strict pants
Jesus.
policy.
Damn it. Don't need those
What kind of
rules.
place you working at that has a strict pants policy?
It's a freaking jailhouse right
Damn
there.
it. Damn it.
But yeah, it's interesting because I felt like it would force me to dress fancier. And as everyone here knows, I don't really care to dress too fancy unless on stage. I really do enjoy dressing fancy now for stage. Other than that, I feel very uncomfortable. So I was thinking it would like have me walk around with the button tie, but when I'm arguing on the phone with 80-year-old ladies who don't understand that their insurance, I have no access to their insurance, I'm just like, what the fuck? Who am I really trying to impress here? So
Yeah, they don't see you, right? They don't know what you're wearing.
yeah, exactly. They don't
So-
know me.
Yeah, they
I
don't know.
what I'm
You
about.
don't know my
You
life.
don't know me.
Hey, Nick, you dress up for work?
Well, I will if it's like if I know that I have a meeting or something, important. But I have a rule where I will never wear a tie.
Oh,
okay,
okay.
okay.
There's a strict no tie.
Why
You'll
is
wear the
that?
button up, you'll wear the collar, but just no.
Because it's like it's the noose of the man.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
this is like your cool way of like rebelling.
It's like
still?
right,
I
exactly.
dig that.
Noose
I
of
dig
the
that.
man.
Yeah.
No, it's just
yeah,
like,
I mean, men they've just been put down so hard for
You're
so
right.
long that like if you're doing essentially the burning of the bra by not wearing
exactly burning
yeah,
the
bra,
tie,
yeah.
burning the tie.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and actually, I like to just like do like a t-shirt hoodie kind of thing.
Okay.
Because it's like,
So pretty lax.
yeah,
You're the
Very
cool
chill.
boss.
yeah, it's like, hey,
Yeah.
look, he's wearing a hoodie again.
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
cool.
That's
Let's go
cool.
ask him for something today. He's in a good mood. He's wearing his hoodie.
What do you do?
I work in advertising, so I make TV.
an ad man.
I'm an ad man.
Advertising
I'm an
bucks.
yeah.
He's no Don Draper
yeah.
there.
I'm no Don Draper because Don
Chilled.
Draper wouldn't wear a hoodie to work.
That's right.
That's true.
He might.
Even that
He does
50s.
that part of his life.
Yeah.
Do you wear a uniform to your job?
you
I know
wear?
one of them you do. You don't have
Yeah.
to mention where you work, but
Yeah, well, I work at Dion's. I have to wear a yellow shirt,
oh really?
and then Children's Choice. I can wear
What
whatever I want. What's happening?
Are they
What's all
okay?
this noise?
I don't know.
It's like
Yeah, do you
a
guys need help back there?
Magician.
Okay.
We'll go to so for your other job, do you have to wear a uniform?
No. Which one? No.
Yeah, your other. I'm trying not to say what it is, but unless you want.
Are you
Don't
trying to
spill
think
the
of what
beans.
other job you could possibly have besides Dion's?
Oh yeah, no. I don't have to wear a uniform.
Wait, you were really
You have
struggling to
another
You don't
remember
remember where
your
you worked?
second
No, I
of
was
two
confused.
jobs?
Because I thought I just said.
The first one. You said one.
Oh, that. Oh,
Oh.
I thought that was for the other one.
Oh
Okay, never mind.
no.
For Dion's.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
Okay,
great. Dylan's back.
Alright,
Let's
I
do
know.
a
And I fixed it.
scene. Do a scene.
Sam, I'd like you to dress up a little bit, okay? We're going to prom, okay?
Babe, you got with me because I'm the rebel. Okay?
You're right. Yeah.
Thomas dress ups for no man
Well, what
or
if,
woman.
can you just put on a shirt when we go? Just a shirt. Because I don't.
Tell you what, I'll rub on some lotion, and then when it dries, that's as far as I'll go.
Sam, my dad, he's gonna kill you if he finds out. Okay.
Nonsense. Nonsense. Hey, I'm
Doors are always squeaky.
doors are always squeaky. Hey, pops,
Uh,
I'm Lizzie's boyfriend.
she's not going in and out with any boy who's got lotion smeared all over his chest.
Thank you, Dad.
This is
I was trying to tell him.
This is my prom outfit. You don't understand.
You
I'm
take
the rebel.
you take my daughter out. You put on a shirt, mister.
Then what? A tie? Look at you.
Sam, just for once, you don't have to be the rebel. I love your rebelness. I
Yeah,
love
you
your
do.
motorcycle.
Yeah.
I love how You eat
Tonka.
an ice cream cone upside down. Like you put a stick through it.
It's always unsatisfying, but I gotta hold true to my beliefs.
I know. I love it. I love it. But just this one time, I just want to look fancy with my boyfriend.
Why don't you join me? You know, like put on like some burlap, or just nothing.
Dad, tell
Burn
him.
that
Tell him
bra.
why it's important to look.
My daughter doesn't leave the house in burlap. We have a strict no burlap rule
Okay,
in
well
this
then,
house.
then I
Yeah.
guess you can't wear anything.
Our grandparents died.
In a
Yeah.
burlap fire, factory fire.
Cut to that.
Everybody's got to get out. The fire alarm. The fire alarm. My burlap. My burlap's caught.
No, baby, I'll save you with my body.
Oh my God! I need to
I'm on
videotape. This
fire.
is so sweet. This is
Okay,
so sweet.
we cut to behind the soda shop. Sam, she just dumped you right then and there?
Yeah, man. It was bullshit.
What the crap, man?
Dude, like her pop's influencer was tie-wearing motherfucker.
You know what, Sam? You don't need her, okay? You're better than that. I mean, look at me. I got no pants on and lube all over my legs. And that's fine. My girl, Janessa, she loves that shiz.
Damn. Damn, I just did the no shirt. You
Yeah.
do the no shirt,
look
no
good.
pants.
You look good. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
cut
Hey,
to Marcus's home. Damn, Marcus,
What's up, Janessa?
those lube legs,
That's right.
those got me going.
That's right. I'm gonna wrap them around your supple body later on.
You're gonna wrap those lube legs around my body?
That's right. But I have a proposition for you. You know my homie Sam. Come on in, Sam.
Sam, how long you been standing there?
He's been in the closet for a while. Anyway,
I had a can of WD-40. I was thinking about oiling this door, but I said,
Give me
fuck
this.
it.
throw that in
you
the
know
trash.
we got the squeaky doors around here.
Look,
Yeah,
I have a
this-
proposition. Stop talking about the goddamn doors here. Sam, I want him to join us.
Sam, are you willing to do this?
Oh, yeah. Society doesn't like it. I'm in.
Just so you know, his legs are very lubed.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll break out the checkers board. Let's play.
Oh. What?
And see.
We play checkers every Friday.
What? What? Lubed and lotioned up checkers coming soon to theater New Year.
Pieces are hard to move.
It's like shuffleboard
checkers.
checkers.
Shuffleboard checkers.
I always wanted to get together with a bunch of friends who we're all really good and close with and play Twister, but like have the board or have the mat covered in lube and us covered in lube and see how
And no
how well
clothes?
that could go. I didn't say that. But,
No, I'm suggesting a
You're thinking,
brilliant thought.
you're yes ending that.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
So it was definitely like it was definitely a game for children, right? Are we
Twister?
Are we
Twister,
Sure? Yeah,
no.
Twister.
Yeah.
I don't
Are
think
we
so.
sure?
I think it was always kind of for
Dude, I always
adults.
thought, like, I played it as a kid,
Mhm.
and, like, I would play with, like, my brother, and so I'm a pretty, like, physical, flexible person.
Yeah.
So I can exist on the Twister board, like,
In
no
a-
problem.
in a
Without any-
non-sexual
like,
manner.
I can. It is like impossible for me to lose Twister. So then it's boring. So what you do is you get offensive. Okay, like you'll make like purposely like
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
stretches to block other
Yep.
people.
Yep.
You know, and so like that's the way to play. And then like,
No, I
yeah,
used to
Wes
do that
likes
too.
it.
Yeah.
But then here's the thing. Then you grow up, like, and like 15, 20 years later, you play Twister with like your friends, and you do that move because like that's how you are supposed to play Twister. Duh. And they're just like, Tito, you're a creep. Because like you're just trying to like get all on me. I'm like, no, I'm
Yeah.
trying to win. I'm trying to win.
It's like there's no winning
There's
in
no-
that
there's
scenario.
no
Yeah,
winning
it's
in
like either
Twister.
you lose the game by not playing offense.
When I played Twister,
offensively.
I played win.
I played keeps.
What are you playing
Yeah,
for?
because
You trying to win the
yeah, if everyone has their own little like
The poo?
spot on the checker or
Yeah, it's
the
boring.
Twister board, then everyone's just like, doing a weird thing by themselves.
Yeah, and then if
Yeah,
somebody
the idea
loses
is to-
because
yeah.
they just inherently like suck at it.
But I
Yeah.
feel like it would naturally come to the conclusion when it starts getting more out of hand that it's going to start getting crazy.
But
It
only
sounds like
if
you guys are initiating the craziness
Yeah,
ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're speeding up to the fun part of Twister.
yeah.
You should look
Sweet.
up.
Okay, guys, I brought the bottle. Is everybody ready to
tangle.
play Spin the Bottle?
Oh,
my God.
yeah.
My church says I shouldn't do this.
No, you're gonna be fine. Listen, what they don't know won't hurt them.
Yeah, Elizabeth, just live a little, all right?
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
just
you're
spin the
right.
bottle.
It's just a bottle.
Yeah.
It's just
I
a
don't know.
bottle.
Pastor Dave said the devil's in the bottle. In all bottles.
Well, the bottle's closed.
Devil won't get out.
We'll keep the bottle closed, but you got to keep your mind open.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right.
Here's some lip balm.
I'm not supposed to use lip balm.
It's chapstick.
It's
all
a
right?
bottle almost.
Wait, you can't use lip balm because it looks like a bottle? I
Sort
just want to
of.
be clear here.
The devil's in the bottle.
But
You
the
haven't
devil's
even-
the devil's not in the lip balm.
Yeah.
But it's
The,
sort of
the
like a
devil can't
bottle.
be two places at once.
Yeah, don't be
Liz.
weird.
Yes,
Is that
you
why you
can.
haven't opened up your Mexican Coke bottle?
I can't.
You.
Pastor Dave said. Sorry, I'm very.
Hey, listen,
I take my beliefs very
If
seriously.
you want to hang out with us,
Mm-hmm.
badass brunette bitches,
Yeah.
then you're triple
B.
Bs, whatever.
Yeah.
If you want to hang out with us,
Yeah, okay, fine. I do. I want to be.
then
I
you're gonna
wanna-
put on that lip balm.
Yeah,
and you're
put
gonna
it on.
You're gonna spin the bottle first.
Yeah, spin it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
there's,
Get it on there. Let me help you.
Wait, where did you not? You didn't invite the boys?
No, I thought it was
It's
just
ju-
us.
Oh,
I know. I wanted to
Oh.
spice things up, guys.
Oh.
Or gals.
Gal.
You ready?
You got
Spin that bottle.
Come on, Liz.
Crane shot. Zooming in.
It's really spinning.
The bottle slows down. and lands on what's your name?
Liz.
Liz and
Lands on Liz.
lands on Liz and
Oh.
and Bridget.
Is that how the game's played?
I think so. Isn't it whoever's
No, whoever plays that.
lands back on Liz.
Yeah, you
We,
gotta kiss yourself.
You gotta.
I have to kiss myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Have you
front
ever
of
done
us.
Oh wait,
Oh,
no. Hold on,
no.
let me get out. We're gonna make you Instagram famous.
Yeah, and you gotta kiss
Ah.
the inside of your arm.
Mm-hmm.
The inside
Pit.
of my arm.
Pit. Have you ever done it? Have you ever tried it?
Ooh.
No,
Do you
We've
want to be a
done it.
badass
Wow.
brunette bitch?
I've done
You
it.
know
we
what?
all do it.
We all done
Pastor
it.
Dave-
Maybe I don't want to be a BBB.
What?
What?
You want to?
If this
Yes, you
is
do.
what you guys do at your rich mansion that you invite all the girls to,
We're
then-
upper middle class. Thank you very
It's not
much.
a mansion.
I mean,
it
I
has
call
two
them,
stories.
It's
you guys have,
two-story.
like, you guys are stocked with food. It's pretty much a mansion.
You have a pantry.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm lying. We're lower upper class, but it doesn't matter. You're still you want yes. You want
Kiss
to be your
What?
armpit.
Kiss your
Yeah,
armpit
kiss
now.
goddamn
I'm not gonna
armpit.
kiss my armpit.
What? Pastor Dave doesn't have anything to say about that. Come on, don't bullshit us.
You're right.
We cut to the Pastor Dave and Liz in the confession booth.
Yes. Proceed with your confession.
Yeah. I was at the BBB house the other day.
The BBB house.
Yeah. It stands for bad ass brunette bitches.
This sounds sinful. Very
Well,
sinful.
They're like the hottest group in school right now. I mean, they have over 400 Instagram followers. And it's just, you have to be with them to be someone, in
But
high
you
school.
are someone in God's eyes.
Yeah, but not in Tony Mack's eyes. Tony Mack. Tony Mack is the high school. He plays football and he's always attracted to the BBBs. Okay, and if I get a part of the BBBs, maybe he'll like me.
You don't have to join groups for a boy to like you. You let God shine his light on you.
Well, they made me kiss my armpit.
You,
okay?
they what? That is forbidden.
What it is?
That is a mortal sin. It's number 4 on the list.
That's the 4th commandment.
Yes, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness, and thou shalt not kiss thyself on the arm.
I didn't know that.
We
Pit.
cut to school with Tony Mac. Hey Liz,
Hey, Tony Mac.
I heard that you were at the Triple B house.
Yeah, I was. I got accepted.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. You
Yeah.
know what else I heard?
What? I don't know.
I heard that you're a little kinky.
What do you mean?
You kissed the inside of your own armpit, girl.
Yeah, but it was like a dare, you know.
Ah,
it
don't
was
be-
like you know.
Don't be modest. Don't be modest.
Yeah, I did it was like salty.
Yeah.
It was a little salty.
Yeah. Hey, check this out. I'll do it right here in the hallway.
Oh my god. Oh,
I didn't even care if anybody saw that.
yeah.
Did you guys just see what Mac did? Oh, gross. He
That's
kissed his own
gross.
armpit.
He kissed
Oh,
his own armpit.
he's going to get kicked out of the Triple B for badass boy bitches.
See, I don't care. It just rolls off me.
That's it. You're out of the gang.
What?
Oh.
God, I'm gonna go take off my shirt and slather some lotion on my body.
Wait a
And
minute.
see.
yeah.
It seemed like a button. Sure.
yeah. Turns out it was the same guy from before.
That's how he got started in his gang group there.
When improvisers pretend to play spin the ball.
Yeah, I know. We all had no fucking idea how to play, obviously. Because, yeah, it's supposed to be like whoever
Well,
the
it's supposed
bottle
to be
points to is who
and
you
then-
kiss,
Well,
right?
and it's
Whoever
whoever it's
you
across
kiss.
from.
That's
Yeah,
who
and
they're
then they
across
kiss.
from.
Then they kiss.
No, I think
know
no,
that. I thought
no,
it's
no,
whoever
spin.
No, it's whoever spins.
Wherever it lands, you kiss
No.
that person.
Yeah.
What do
I
you
thought
mean?
it
You,
was across.
okay,
No, it's across.
raise your hand
No,
if
then
you've
it's
played
always-
Spin
it's
the
the
Bottle.
same
Wait, raise your
person.
hand if you've played Spin the Bottle.
I think I did when I was like.
So you're the only one who hasn't. You're like, no.
No,
I've
initiate it.
watched
Where's
Ri-
Jeff?
River-
I've watched-
I watched Riverdale.
man.
I watch a Twitch stream of Spin the
They
Bottle.
They did it on Riverdale.
It's just a 48-hour straight Spin the Bottle.
Dude, if that's the case, then like 6 and 12 are always going to kiss.
Yeah.
No,
No, that's dumb.
You spin and you kiss where it lands.
Yeah,
that's how you
it.
play, man.
So
What
why
do you
do
mean
we
6 and
think
12
that?
will always win?
If we're all
You
all
went to
sitting
the
like this, and then you spin, it's always just the people.
He's saying
that-
whoever you sit across, it's always
No,
going.
no,
Well, yeah,
no.
but you're supposed to sit in a circle, obviously.
Yeah, like a clock, 6 and 12.
You sit in a circle, you spin, and wherever it lands, you kiss that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying
Yeah, I wouldn't want
his-
Janessa over there
That
to
actually makes
choose my
way more
fate.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
That's the game.
That's
Yeah.
Why
That's
wouldn't it make sense
that's
the other
actually
way,
how
too?
you
Well, I mean, it
play.
would make sense, but I mean, I think that was more of the fun. Is like, who are you gonna kiss when you spin that bottle? So
Yeah.
it's like, oh man, I
Yeah,
gotta,
yeah.
you know, I'm putting on my pressure. Rather than it's like, oh, whew, it's just
Otherwise, it's always
Janessa and-
predetermined, like you
Yeah.
and Tito, or kind
Yeah,
of
it's
you
just
and
like, when
you
is
and
we
Nick.
don't
I mean,
kiss.
yeah, it's other, or I'm always kissing the guy from the side of me,
And
in the other side of me. Yeah.
Plus, like, if there's someone you really want to kiss, and then you just kind of,
Yeah.
Okay,
you just kind of let it set.
Yeah. Haven't you seen those romantic movies where they like spin it? Yeah.
You again.
Yeah. Yeah.
who?
Get your lip
who-
balm out.
my guess is that you
Kiss that
guys do,
armpit.
but who remembers their first kiss?
I do.
I do.
I do.
You do. What?
I'll tell you my first kiss.
Yeah.
So my first kiss went a little like this. And twist. No, so
You were
I
playing
went,
Twister.
yeah, we were macking feet. So anyway, we were at the playground. We were all playing this game. It was like a tag game, but it was like dogs versus people. So if you got tagged, you turned into a kissing dog, and you had to try and kiss the person. Of course, all the girls were the dogs, if I remember
you
correctly.
You could have done like classic, like kiss games, but you have to introduce bestiality to it.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, I went to a New Mexico school. That should. I went to APS, so
Yeah.
that explains a lot. That's a local joke for all you Australians over there. Anyway, so I remember it was like a very intense game because we were running everywhere, and you didn't want to get kissed by any one of these girls because we were still very young. And I just remember like sliding back on these weird. They had these weird poles. I don't know exactly what it was, but they were just like 3 poles that went down, and I guess you just put your arms around them and you slid down. I don't know why that sounds like fun, but anyway, I remember sliding backward. Yeah, it was very dumb. If I can find a picture of it, I'll show
Wait,
you.
you put your arms like
Yeah, you like put your arms through the bars and then you slide down. Like that was their slide.
Oh, that sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it was, but anyway, so I remember that's right. She wasn't my girlfriend yet, but no. So I slid down, and I remember sliding backwards because I was avoiding kissing girl dog or whatever it was. I'm gonna think about that more because
that feels like a real insult.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't make it up.
Girl-
I didn't
girl
make it
dog.
up.
Girl
This
dog.
happened. This was the 90s, y'all. So I remember sliding backwards and bumping into this girl, and like I bumped her right in the forehead, and then I had to let go, and then she cornered me, and then she gave me a kiss, and I remember feeling traumatized after
You were
that.
you were violated.
I was violated because I was still young, and I remember just like not liking her, and
Oh,
just like
she was
always
older than
looking
you?
at. No, we were all the
okay.
same age. We were like in
It
the
was
same.
just
It was
class.
as a teacher.
Yeah. It was Mr. Henderson.
Oh my god.
That was a great kiss.
You learned a valuable lesson,
It's my
Phil.
first boyfriend, and it was my first lawsuit. Anyway, no. So she gave me a little kiss on the cheek. I don't remember it being anything like on the lips or anything too special. But then I remember after that, like always going up to him, he's like, "Fine, if you want to kiss me, that's okay. Whatever. I don't even care. Get away from me." Like always doing little things like that. So like I feel like I remember feeling like I
was that
didn't
the way,
like her.
Like you flirted or something?
I was gonna say I feel like that was my way of saying like I didn't like it, but like secretly in the back of my head I must have just started to get like curious about girls or something. And it's like if you want to try that again, that's fine, but that's not okay with me because I'm a boy. That's gross. That's gross, girls.
Yucky.
Yeah.
I'll say mine real fast. Mine was in front of a lot of people. It was 7th grade snowboard.
Class.
It kind of
Snowboard
like the
Trip.
group, like
Snowboard
the
high.
like an after school like team,
Snowboard
like
Yeah.
school trip.
like
so kinda
club.
like-
It was a snowboard club.
Snowboard club. Uh-huh.
Because
The
I know. I'm
place.
sorry, I'm losing my words today. I shouldn't tell stories. It was snowboard club, and on the way back down, I think so. It was probably like 10 o'clock at night or something. It was late. We were playing Truth or Dare, and then somebody had dared me, Brianna, and myself to kiss.
Uh-huh.
That's a
And
great name, by the way.
Brianna.
Yeah,
She
like-
was also the very
That's
first
the first
person.
kiss that you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
You want a
all
Brianna.
Briannas were like
You want a Beyonce,
Hot. They're all
Brianna.
hot.
They're all hot.
Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Brianna was also the very first person I ever told that I lost my virginity. Like she was the first person I went to tell.
The
so
same
her and I have
Brianna?
like
We hear that all the time. Yes, your virginity
First
lost.
kiss and first virginity confession.
yeah. But what I didn't lose my virginity to her, but like I have a relationship with her that I don't think she has with me.
Wait, are you?
Wait,
still
hold
friends
on.
with her?
No,
wait,
I'm not, I'm not.
Which one? Are we going back to your first kiss or?
So wait, sorry.
Yeah, let's
Fir-
go back to your
the
first kiss.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
the
But first,
virginity thing.
so people dared us on the bus, and I'm an asshole. And I we're both like, oh really? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what? But also I was like, what? You've never kissed anybody before, huh? I was like playing it cool, like I knew what
Yeah.
I was doing.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, no, yeah, of course I am. And then
That was
eventually,
you.
that's you.
You turned into a sassy girl.
I kissed all kinds of boys.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah, like it was like a bumpy bus, and then eventually like we weren't sitting next to each other, like sitting across from each other, like. And then that, like it was in front of people, and it was really weird, and it was awkward, and that was my first kiss.
Like, was it just a peck on the cheek, or did you guys like?
Oh, I
give
think
it
we
a-
fucking got down.
Really?
Yeah, I think it
Jesus.
was like, yeah,
You
like,
think or?
I blacked out. I don't remember
There was
most.
so much excitement.
Yeah.
You passed out.
Yeah, I just died. That was my first kiss.
All right, let's jump into the
We
scene.
cut to the school bus.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, go back to your seat.
Carl.
Timmy, go back to your seat. It's not safe. At least stand behind that line.
Look, Carl. I just.
What is it, Timmy?
Carl, I
Yeah.
I don't know how to kiss. I don't know how to kiss.
This is this is a little Timmy. This is a little inappropriate.
Well, I'm not asking you to kiss me. I'm just wondering.
Okay. Whew. Okay.
Keep your hands on the
Thank God.
wheels, goddammit.
What? Don't you tell me what about safety. You get behind that line.
No. Anyway, Carl. I
Yes,
just
Timmy?
I don't know how to. I just don't know. I don't know how to kiss, and everybody's macking out back there, and
Like I'm not gonna. This is I'm not gonna show you how to kiss.
I just want you to tell me.
Just like you promise that you will go back to your seat.
Only if I can open the door when we get there. Open
No,
the school bus
that's
door.
not the deal. I tell you how to kiss, and you go back to your seat.
Why are you bargaining with me? I need you to tell me. Just tell me, Carl.
Oh God, you're an asshole. Okay, the way you kiss is you take your lips and you pucker them a little bit, and then the girl or boy that you like, they do the same, and then you touch lips. You touch lips.
Carl,
What?
have you ever kissed anyone?
Yeah, I have. Of course I have.
I don't see a wedding ring.
I don't know how this got about me, but like this is inappropriate.
Carl, you're like the coolest bus driver. You know, everybody wants to get on bus 214
Aw, thanks,
because you're so
thanks.
cool.
Thanks, Timmy.
And that's, well, I'm just wondering. I always see you alone in the cafeteria eating your lunch. You're not with the other school bus drivers. Like, they seem to not like you. And I mean, since I'm an outcast and you're an outcast, like, just be friends.
Yeah, like
And then I can open the door when we stop.
Wait.
Can I open the school bus door when we stop?
This feels a little inappropriate, Timmy.
I'm not asking for anything major. I just want to be your friend, you lonely fuck.
Jesus. Okay, wait. You want to open the door?
Yeah. To our friendship.
Carl, I need Timmy. Jesus, you got me all flustered. Timmy, I need you to go back to your seat, okay? We're in some heavy traffic.
Fine, Carl. I'll sit back, but I'm just wondering. I'm going to be sitting over there in spot 2 alone, just how you are sitting here in your bus driver seat alone, and in the cafeteria, and in the gymnasium during assemblies, and at the supermarket.
Okay. We're friends. We're friends.
Thanks. And I can open the door.
We're still driving.
Can I just open the goddamn door? Come on, best friends or not?
This is okay. One best friend flavor.
Yay.
You can.
Right now?
Yeah. Go for it.
Oh my God! You killed him! You killed him!
God damn it! Another one got me.
The scene.
Another one got me.
You keep killing kids.
You keep befriending these kids who just want to open the door.
Keep accidentally seducing kids.
You fell for it again.
That was such a good scene. Oh my God. I don't see a wedding ring.
Yeah, I don't know. That was fun.
It was nice to have a scene with just 2 people for once.
That's true.
We're very bad at that.
We don't do
Yeah,
that all
very,
the time.
very don't.
We very
I'm
don't.
sort of naturally inclined to be like, I'm
Yeah.
a little kid in the back. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
Let them.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Have
don't
their
know. I've
moments
taken
up
all
there.
of Natalie's little suggestions, and they are super helpful.
Like
Phrase putting them on a filter of changing the scenario up.
Mhm. Yeah.
Putting it through adults or mixing it up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was really good.
Like I thought for a second, I was like, wait, like, is there like I couldn't tell if you as the improviser wanted me to let you open the door,
Yeah,
or if like that was just the character. It's like
Uh-huh.
because you were like so adamant about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Does he have like a thing?
I don't know. I just thought that was like a fun little
I thought what
added
was
bonus.
turning.
Yeah.
I thought what was like subtly happening was like like this kid is seducing the bus.
Oh, well, that's why I
driver.
called it
Yeah,
out. It's like
yeah.
that's not what I want to play.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, I think that's what you want to play. And
it's
you're
like that's gross. No, I
Yeah,
don't
I
want
was
to play
like,
that.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It did
We're in
feel
the
like that, though. Yeah.
I'll grow up.
yeah, it's
guys.
gross. I just
Come on.
wanted to kill this kid.
I wanted my character, the child character in me, to be ran over by several cars because we were in traffic. Did you guys ever want to open that door when
Oh,
you were little?
yeah.
Like I remember
Absolutely.
sitting in the bus in the seat and always watching the bus driver, just because they always had like such an elaborate setup of they would stop, put out the little sign would come out, the stop sign, they press the air brake or whatever it was, the
Right.
psst, and then they would open it, let all the kids in, or they would count or something like that. I don't know. I just remember like thinking that was pretty interesting to watch.
Once a semester, I run field trips for like 180 students or something.
Has that scenario happened to you?
Yeah, I
Have you
mean,
felt like you were-
that was
you were
down to a
reliving?
T.
You felt like you were being seduced, and then you accidentally killed them.
Then
in
I
traffic?
accidentally killed a kid. No, I was not the bus driver,
Mhm.
but me, amongst other people, have to organize these very large trips to the nature center. I don't know if you guys have ever been along the Rio Grande.
Mhm.
Bosque
Oh,
Nature
Bosque?
Center?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Bosque.
Just
Yeah.
For like it's for an environmental science class, and I feel very powerful when I'm like talking to the bus driver. I'm like the point of contact. I'm like, "Yep, we got all 60 of them. Check,
Nice.
let's go."
Now a drive forward. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Drive
Like
forward.
he's got to
in
check
charge of
for
it.
me.
Yeah. This bus don't move unless I
Unless
say.
I say it moves. Yeah.
I at the nature center they have those giant vats of water or whatever, and I think it'd
Called
be
a
really
water fountain.
A lake?
No.
water
In the facility they have like giant tubes.
Oh,
of
yes,
water.
yes,
I
yes.
know that
Oh,
stuff in there.
Yeah.
The toilet bowls.
Yes. No. And I think it would be cool if they put like creatures growing in them. In
I
them.
can make that happen.
Really?
What?
You could plant creatures.
Nothing happens to
Like
that.
just a bunch
Nothing
of
happens to that water
nothing.
tube unless
Unless
he
I
says.
say it.
Anything nature center related.
Oh,
Like,
I don't
it goes
know. I
through
think it would make it
It's
look
gonna be
like
for-
way.
I own Color
more
Circuit and the
sci-fi.
Nature Center.
That's right. God damn it, he's expanding the empire. Nick, do you ever whenever you were younger, did you always idolize the bus driver? Like
You know what? I
apparently did.
never, ever rode a bus to
Really?
school.
You
I
rich
grew
white
up in.
prick.
I had a driver. I had
Jeeves, of course.
Yeah, of course.
No,
You know, like
pulled a-
everyone
a
does.
Yeah.
wagon.
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't have a personal
Yeah, you don't have-
chauffeur.
yeah, you know, your parents don't have, you know, their
That's
the go-to.
Yeah.
No, I grew up in a small town, and we were like, walking distance to school. But the weird thing was, like, I always wanted to be like, I was like, it'd be
Really?
cool to like get picked up and taken
Yeah,
on a bus.
chauffeured
Like,
around.
you know, like I always thought, like I was like missing out,
Yeah.
because I didn't have that experience.
That's interesting because I can remember times also being on the bus, seeing all the cool kids walking. It's like, man, I want to try that. Like,
Ah,
I'm
so
never
it's like
allowed to
red,
just
silly
walk.
screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like,
Yeah.
I'm wondering, yeah.
Yeah, like there's always like the struggle of like finding like a good seat
Yeah.
or whatever. Or sometimes they have like assigned seating.
Yeah.
And like you would
Yeah.
sit to people next to people that you hate, and if you were like awkward, it's like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
everybody
always
on
got
this
the
bus is
leftovers,
having
yeah.
a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
yeah,
also
yeah.
like opportunity for like I always imagine like, you know, that it would be like you'd be like there was bullying going, like there was just like
Oh, yeah.
this whole like hierarchy of like you know, social,
Yeah.
you know.
I was
it might-
I was small. I'd get like people would just like shove me all the way to the wall. And it would be 3 people in the seat, and I'd be squished up.
And you're the fourth. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're the fourth one in there.
You guys hear something?
Yeah.
Could you guys scoot over? Shut up. And it's like, great.
Yeah, I
Open the
remember I was
window.
so awkward and shy in middle
Are
school
you trying to start singing?
that
Go ahead, finish
You
your
got
thing,
it.
and then we'll just do it.
you know, if I would just stare out the window the whole time and not make eye contact with anyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I used to do that too.
I remember I was so awkward. I had a friend on the bus, and like we would talk when it was just us on the bus, and we were like, yeah, we're friends.
Troy and
But then when
Abed.
other people came on, we would act like we didn't know each other. And
Wow.
just stare out the window.
Yeah.
I was insane
Yeah.
as a child. I was like, why not just be a normal kid?
Just be,
What's wrong with
just
that?
be-
Yeah, what was wrong with me? Jesus Christ.
All right.
Yes.
Let's do a scene.
Yeah. Yeah. The seat's a little lumpy.
Yeah, you gotta dig right in there. If you don't own the seat owns you.
Oh, hey, there's a kid back here. Ugh.
Oh yeah, that's Jason. We stuffed him in the seat.
Hey.
You just keep your mouth shut, Jason.
Okay.
He stepped on the potato.
He was the stepped on potato.
I rule this back row of the school bus. Nothing
Hey.
happens without
Hey,
my go-ahead.
whoa.
I rule the school bus.
Yeah, this is Marcus's
This is
bus.
my school bus.
I thought you ruled the front of the school bus. There's a yellow line.
Yeah, but that yellow line is expanding, and it's expanding your way.
Yeah.
You're moving in on my territory.
It's my bus. It's my bus.
Hmm.
The bus stops and opens the door. In walks a new kid.
I'm trying to get a read on him.
He's got a heavy footstep.
Yeah. Come on to the back.
Hey, bro,
Sup? My name is Clive.
Clive, you want to join my crew? We own this bus.
I think I'm gonna.
Don't listen to him, Clive. Head to the back of the bus with me.
My name's Jason.
You know what?
Ignore that.
All you little punks, get out. This is now my bus.
What?
What?
This is now
Who
Clive's
does
bus.
Who does this guy think he is?
Come
I
on
think
in,
I'm
moving in.
Clive. Damn it! And you know what?
What's a Clive?
It's
More like Jive.
Hey,
Hey.
Jason likes it in the seat.
Jason, how'd you like to be my wingman?
Okay.
Buck her up, little squish
Oh,
fella.
my shoulder.
Jason,
We're taking
you're
over
gonna
this
get it so bad at
Hey,
lunch.
you!
Oh, good.
Oh, ow,
Hey, did you
Hey.
hit my friend? You
I'm
hit.
gonna call my dad.
Hey, this is supposed to.
Oh, God, don't hit me.
Jason, I would never hit you. I just want you to know I majored in science.
What?
That's right, I'm a goddamn nerd, just like you.
Oh, my
Let
God.
me put on my nerd glasses.
Holy shit.
I think we got to join forces to take this
Those-
guy down.
Hell yeah.
Later on in the joint forces headquarters. Listen, if I listen, I think we should really talk about the name, but let's get back to that after the plan.
Yeah, that's old business.
That's
We'll
old
get it.
business.
Old
New
business.
business.
New business first. New business
Guys, I
first.
could
Name's
call-
not important.
My dad's a lawyer, and he he hit me, so like we could like put him in jail.
Do you think we could sue him?
Yeah, we could sue him off the
Yeah.
bus.
Let's sue him off the bus. Because
Yeah.
I would normally handle this violently, but he's a big guy,
Yeah.
Clive.
Yeah.
He's like 300 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big.
Get off of me.
Did you?
Shut up, Jason.
Were you sitting on Jason?
Yeah, he's in this pillowcase.
God, he's everywhere.
How do you get into our
I didn't
meeting
even invite him
space?
to the club.
This is my tree house.
Jason, this is my treehouse now, Jason.
Yeah, our treehouse.
Yeah.
You take the front of the treehouse. I got the back of the
yeah,
treehouse.
the one place we agree on for splitsies.
Yeah.
Someone's coming up the tree.
Oh my God, that ladder's gonna break.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Sup?
Oh no.
Clive,
Oh,
right.
Clive.
what are you?
This is-
Hey.
How'd you find us?
Jason, good job, buddy. Get over here.
Thank you. My shoulder.
That's right. Jason's been my spy.
Jason, you're gonna get it after lunch tomorrow.
That's right, and I'm not taking over this fort. What do you call it anyway?
It's
A
the
tree house.
Joint
the joint
forces.
forces
joint forces.
place
for
meeting
place.
place.
Forces
Meeting place.
meeting place.
Yeah, we're gonna change that eventually.
Yeah,
we've
that's
got
a
other
God,
stuff
that's
to deal
old
with.
news.
That is a terrible, terrible name. I'm now calling this the Clive and Jay place. I'm giving you a new nickname, Jay,
Oh, yeah. My shoulder.
and I'm taking over this.
You're not taking over. This is my tree. Oh,
You're not going to the back of the tree.
He does science.
That's right. Let me get out my lab coat.
I think we gotta join forces if we're gonna
I
take
think
out this.
I think we ought to sue this guy.
Cut to behind the gym. Okay.
Guys, if we stay quiet, I don't think he can find us.
Yeah,
I
he
got a
keeps
hold
showing
of
up.
Jason.
He takes over every place we are.
Every
he takes
place he
over.
finds.
He can't let us find. He can't.
I put
I'm
Jason.
stuck behind
Wait.
these bricks.
Yeah, I put.
What is
I
that?
encased
Why would
Jason
you
in these
bring
bricks.
Well,
He's
you
the
keep
problem.
bringing him.
Behind these
Well, he's in
bricks.
bricks. Okay, so.
Yeah, but he's gonna find.
He's gonna. He's the
Somehow
spy.
Jason probably has a cell phone.
Keep your voice down.
Bro, cell phones can't go out of bricks.
Who told you that's?
Oh shit.
What the
Oh
fuck?
no.
No, where?
There's a
There's a door
squeaking.
behind the chairs.
Clive, what are you doing here?
That's right. Notice
No.
you little fuckers are trying to hide from me.
How did you find us back here?
Good job, Jason. Break it through the bricks.
Cask
Oh my
of
God.
Amontillado.
Good job.
My shoulder.
I'm taking over the back.
You are not taking over this.
Oh, you raising your fist at me,
I'm-
kid?
Yes.
Take
Whoa.
him down, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna take you on for reals.
Yeah,
this
take
time.
him on.
Let me
You
take out
gotta-
my lab coat.
you help.
goddammit.
I'm gonna take you on.
Oh, yeah, both of you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's take him
front and
on.
back.
I'm gonna be over here.
For onesies and for allsies.
Yeah.
Wait, you ain't gonna help.
I'm weak.
Okay, that's true.
Jason, you take care of him.
Oh God.
I'm gonna encase you in bricks again.
All right, so now let's finish this.
Okay.
A knife comes out.
No.
Jason jumps in front of Clive.
The knife goes in.
Jason, little man. I was gonna just call you by a new name.
Yay. Guys, why don't we all become friends in the name of Jason?
Oh my God.
Let's resurrect a monument to Jason.
I'm a
Yeah.
scientist. I could resurrect him from the dead.
You can do that?
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
No.
Let's go to the
lab.
They
To the lab.
They cut to the lab.
Hey guys. All right, we're at the lab now.
This is nice. We should come up with a name for it.
We
like
should come up with the.
It's the
Joint Forces
Forces
Lab.
Joint
Lab.
Forces Lab.
Oh my
place.
God, you guys, that is a terrible name. We're
Yeah,
gonna have
we'll
to
work
discuss
on
that
that
all
later.
business,
That's all
all
business.
We
business.
got something else to do first.
All right, bring the tubes.
We got to take out the knife.
Oh yeah. We'll get to that, but first the tubes. Through the power of science, they magically resurrect Jason by taking the knife out of his side.
And Jason levels up one level of.
Hey, my shoulder doesn't hurt anymore.
That's right. We pumped you full of Clorox.
That's right. You're gonna be okay, little man. Why don't you be the leader?
We
You've got
atta-
the biggest
Yeah.
heart.
We attach bricks to your feet to make you taller
And we
and
also
more confident.
we also put the boards from the treehouse to make your arms
Yeah.
And the wheels on the bus
go
to
round
make-
and round.
Go round and round. we cut to the bus.
Bus driver, I have.
Hey guys,
never
let's all
kissed
ride
anybody.
Jason. Yeah! Jason's the bus now.
Yay! Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, so much. Thank you guys for coming and joining us again. This was a lot of fun. Make sure you guys subscribe to twitch.tv/Color Circuit the live. I don't know if we're doing burnt bagel tonight, so
Why not? Let's do
or
burnt
if you
bagel.
want, that's fine. I don't know. So stick around. We might do burnt bagel. If everyone's good to do burnt bagel, that's fine. I know we didn't really have it on the schedule for the thing, so I wasn't sure if we were doing it or not. I'm fine with playing.
Let's do it. Yeah,
that's
it doesn't
fine.
have to be
Okay,
long.
cool. We'll
Let's
do
do
burnt
it.
bagel
Yeah.
after this. We'll play for a little bit, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. Everyone who was there. Just so you know, I do have a girlfriend. I just wanted to mention that again. Thank you guys.
Yeah, please follow, subscribe,
Follow
all
us.
the rest of that jazz. Stay tuned for Burnt Bagel in 5 minutes.
Thank
All
you.
the verbs.
Yeah. and like send laugh emoji.
We're live. We're live. We're live.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Burnt Bagel, the improv podcast where we do improv or we just talk. It kind of doesn't matter. We're just gonna fill it out. Host Phil, co-host Dill.
Hi, Phil.
Got some
My
new
name's
cats.
Dill.
That's right. It's Dill.
We have some product placement.
That's right.
We
are
also
now
have a little.
sponsored
We
by-
know that we're a little bit like. Oh, it's back to normal now. Look at that.
What?
Look at that. It was like
So
glitchy.
Oh,
flowy.
gotcha.
See, glitchy.
Nice.
Back to norms.
Technology's hard.
It is. It's
Yeah.
very difficult. And we got the two producers who were in the back doing all the magic.
Bam.
Yes.
Hey guys.
Hi, Dom. Have you? Well, yeah, you've been on Color Circuit several times. You've never been on Burnt Bagel though.
I have not been on Burnt Bagel.
You've been on a Ludum Tempest, another Ludum Tempest, a Rough Draft Theater.
He's been on things that had extreme structure.
That's true.
and then
You're absolutely right.
today.
And then
Oh,
today,
By the way, we are sponsored by Great Value bottled water.
It really is a great value when you think about it.
Thank you. Thank you,
I
Connor.
remember.
He's the official spokes guy.
Hey, listen, I get it. Like water bottles, clearly not the best way to go, but I will say I kind of like being a good host. Well, I like hosting.
Yeah.
If that isn't obvious.
Mhm. You?
And we invited.
No.
I won't say his name. I'll tell you guys off camera. But somebody came over here to film, and I said, or he asked for water, and I was like, yeah, would you like it bottled or cooled? Like I got one of the two. And part of the reason is because I don't want to put the bottled in the fridge, even though yours looks cold. I don't want to put the bottled in the fridge because then all of those will get drinking.
Yeah.
To dunk.
No.
Drink.
That's good plan.
Chugged.
Drunken in.
And he's like, so I offered one of the two, and he was like, water bottles. He's like, that is like the worst thing, and just started going off like
Really?
on like, and I was like,
Yeah, you're gonna have to tell me.
it's like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I
please.
know. I was like, I know you guys. Yeah, you guys know who it is too.
What?
Yeah.
But I do 100% agree with him because I
No,
get
it's
water
true.
bottles too, and it's a fucking nightmare because like me and my girlfriend would throw them all away. We'll throw them all away, and then the trash can is just full with plastic, and I feel like I'm ruining the environment because our apartment complex doesn't even have a fucking recycling. bin.
Recycling.
Yeah. Hold on, tell me now.
I'm just gonna go around. I don't know. So for me, like I can't ever have like little thermoses.
Everyone is staring
'cause,
at the
like,
screen.
I just leave them everywhere. I just leave the thermoses, so I always lose them. So I always buy water bottled
Yeah.
water, and like I
Yeah.
reuse them a few times, and then I throw them out. But like when I buy thermoses, I lose them.
Yeah.
The same day I buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody. I might even have yours because
I
somebody
reused
left
the
one
water
here.
bottle and the water.
You reuse the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bear Grylls.
Pee it back into
Bear
the
Grylls.
bottle. Drink it.
I used
Sure.
to have Bear Grylls weekly parties at my house.
Really?
Every Thursday night or whenever it came on, we
Grill
would
bears.
all of my friends
Grill
would come
bears.
over and we'd all sit down and watch Bear Grylls because I was so fucking obsessed with that show.
That dude's
and
crazy.
he's the best.
What does he do? Is he the survival guy?
Survivalist.
Okay, I
He's a
think I know-
survivor.
I know
He's
you're
an
talking about.
ex, not
He's
military,
an ex-TV
He's
show host now, right?
He's an ex-bear.
an ex bear.
ex-bear.
He was a bear.
He was an ex-man.
He had to give the life up.
He was like in the British, like not special
Empire.
forces,
Royal
some sort of
Navy.
Empire.
some sort of, yeah, something like that. Yeah, and so like he learned all. He did
the
crazy
Royal
shit. Like
Tenenbaums.
he purposefully jumped into. He purposely jumped into a
Into a
Sorry, we're just
blowhole.
totally fucking it up for you. Go ahead. Sorry.
into
He purposely what?
Purposely, do you get the reference by chance?
Purposely?
Yeah.
Oh no. Thank you.
Yeah, I got it.
What? You say that?
I wrote a musical
Oh.
called
Called-
Love on Porpoise. It's
Oh.
about a Florida man
Uh-huh.
who falls in love with a dolphin, and we don't go there.
Yeah.
We don't go there.
I like how you point to Tito.
Do we
There-
imply
Because
there?
Tito would go there. Yeah.
There was a storyboard meeting where we had that discussion, and I flat out said no,
No
because
dolphin
no
fucking.
one would stick around after.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, no one stuck around after anyway.
I will. I have a note. Yes, you do not want to do dolphin fucking on stage. One time we did a show at the fair, the state fair, and do you remember that?
Did you fuck a dolphin on
No,
stage?
we were about to, and I said no. Do you remember
Who started that scene?
You did.
I said no.
Yeah, no.
Were
Did
you
you remember?
the
It was like
dolphin?
it was like a Foursquare, and it was like a guy who was in love with the dolphin,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it came back around, and immediately Tito jumped on the floor and presented his blowhole, and I just like flat out just denied
You
him. I was
will
like, nope.
both be
I don't
hearing
get
from
you
my
sometimes. I
lawyers.
feel like you're sporadic in like what you'll let pass through.
Well, the
He's
fairgrounds.
learning. He's learning. Like this is not gonna fly. Good instinct.
Yeah, no,
I'm
yeah,
with you.
because no, that one was definitely a good instinct because we were at the state fair.
Okay.
Obviously, a ton of family and
Kids.
In fact, I'm
just
just gonna even
picturing-
say one of us got shit for making a comment on stage. They said you shouldn't have said that because that was offensive. It was like a throwaway comment. We'll tell you the person off cam, of course.
Oh, I know.
So
I know
much
who that-
secret
You probably
keeping.
do. But yeah, it was just like it was just like a really dumb throwaway reference. Do you remember it? It wasn't very. It was innocent. I don't know. I didn't think it meant anything. But yeah, it was like a throwaway comment, and then afterwards, like that was really funny, but I really didn't appreciate what you said about.
But at least they said it was really funny.
It was somebody that
Yeah.
was in,
Or
the,
yeah.
in the group.
What was it about cancer or?
Yes, that was it. Yeah. I thought it was.
Was
a
it
special
me
kid.
or-
No, it wasn't you. It's
I was
somebody
gonna
else.
say, like, if anybody could make cancer jokes,
Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Because
course.
that threw the whole evening into a tizzy after that. So yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it was who we were talking about just before we went live.
Yes, that guy. Don't worry about it.
You
You'll
were telling
catch
a
up.
story, and I was like, wait, we're live.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, not that guy.
Nope.
No.
Oh, a different guy.
I know. Surprisingly, he didn't. have
This
shit
is the
to say.
show where we all secretly talk about people
It's a
that you
secret
don't
bagel
know.
right
We
now.
all
I know.
two conversations, one you can hear and one you can't.
Just
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do have opinions on it because don't get me wrong. I'm not easily offended at all. I am offended by bad jokes. That really does bother me. I'm like, oh,
Because
fucking.
you wish you had thought of them.
Exactly. I'm like, I wish I had a dolphin fucking joke. No, I just feel like if it's not done well, I just feel like it's really like it's hack. It's just like anybody
yeah.
can make that joke. I
Yeah.
can always, go blue and get a joke out of it, like my dick is stuck in the fence or whatever. And
I'm not gonna lie. I want to see that scene.
okay. And we cut to the dick
Why is it
stuck
in the fence in the first place?
Yeah.
Marge, get the butter.
God damn it! Get away from that dog, you son of a bitch!
It's too late, Marge. Get the goddamn butter.
Ugh, I'm getting the scissors this time.
No.
Snip.
God damn it.
From that day on, he
Scene.
was
Yeah.
Jewish.
No, there's actually two reasons. I mean, there's a few reasons. It's like obviously you want to play smart to your audience because you don't want to like if you can do blue. Anybody can do blue, but if you can do it in a smart way, like I've seen the show do it a zillion times. Like they'll get a suggestion, big cock, and then they'll immediately like, oh, look at my big rooster here. Oh, it's so great. They make it, and it's so much more funny when they
full
do
of
stuff like
seed.
that. That's right, because I fed him. Yeah.
My jig.
God damn it! And this is why Tito is cut. But yeah, I just feel like it's easier to, or it's more of a challenge to kind of negotiate out of that because I do want to appeal to a broader audience. And also something that our coach said that really has stuck with me. It's like whenever you're doing comedy, you don't want to bash them over the head with like these strong messages, but you don't want to like leave them with like the stereotype or like the dumb joke or whatever. What was it?
I just want to jump in and say Shawnee68 killing it. Hey, it's One Punch Man right over here. And hey, it's Andrew WK with the red plaid shirt on.
Nice. Do you
apparently
like
we're
to
getting-
party?
I like to
Party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who made
Yeah, I don't know. So it was just like a really good little a little instinct to be like, rather than always doing a scene where it's a mother and daughter and the mother's in the kitchen cooking. One time, like Wes and I did a scene and it was getting to something like that, and we're like, hold on, let's change this up. Wes put the mother on a motorcycle, and it made it so much more fun,
Oh,
like
I
much
see.
more badass. So like you don't want to leave the audience with like all these negative stereotypes and stuff like that. I just feel like it's a really good instinct.
I've
and,
been lucky in that I've in my travels,
Mhm.
a lot of which is with.
Oh no, that Indian accent last week.
Going back to the
Oh my
accent.
God.
God, here we go. You were saying?
Nothing. No, I've been lucky in that in my travels. I travel a lot with Jessica, who also improvises and likes improv, and so we've seen improv in New York and in Washington and in Portland and in LA and blah blah blah, and so we've seen a lot of different types of improv, a lot of different groups. I've seen. One of them was really weird. It was a 2-person improv night, and every group that went up, it was all 2 people.
Yeah.
Some of them were like husband wife couple. But anyways, what I'm getting at is
Right.
that I've seen kind of the gamut all the way from like comedy sports, which is a family friendly rated G PG
all the way to John Gimberling.
yeah, all the way to Wes and Phil show where it's
Yeah.
just like unabashedly
Weird.
pubescent.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you.
We
that's
shave
how-
our
yeah.
pubes. For
You
that
shave
show.
your pubes for the show. No. All the way.
Everybody gets a pube.
You get a
They're
pube.
secretly sprinkled into the audience.
You'll find some in your food.
Yeah. Everybody check under your seats.
Yeah.
It's just one piece.
If you get the crab one, you get to come on stage.
Yeah.
I like this and then this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's folded.
And there's definitely something to be said about like the rated PG show. I mean, they're incredibly talented to appeal to the wider
Yeah.
audience, like you said. In a lot of ways, though, it feels like there's something missing. I went to one that was back to back. It was a Comedy Sports, and then it was the After Dark at the same venue
Yeah.
with one of the people that was in the Comedy Sports, and she's like, I do a show once a month, and it's me and one of my friends from Improv, and it's just her and one other guy or girl, and they do it. They do an hour-long show, and it's very rated R, X, R. And it was fantastic, and I just like. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is like,
You've seen both.
I don't
sides.
want to.
Uh-huh.
I understand the want and need for appeal for a wider audience. That I guess that all comes from what you're trying to do, what your perspective is. That in some ways that's counter that of doing things that you like and for yourself. You know, because you're either appealing to them or you're appealing for yourself.
Right.
You know, like I'm sure there's an in between.
Yeah.
But to some ways, you're not being true to yourself if you're saying I'm
Yeah.
just playing for a wider audience, which
Right,
I know
right.
that you're
Right,
not.
right,
and I'm
right,
not
yeah,
playing-
yeah.
But
Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause I
there is always
definitely-
that whetstone of
Yeah, yeah.
like I can do whatever I just did smarter.
Yeah.
Sure.
And like that goal.
But I don't want to
good.
say that. And I don't think that smarter necessarily means PG or PG-13.
Right.
Well, yeah,
no,
and
no,
that's not
yeah.
what I
I mean,
mean.
like
Okay,
we've
yeah.
done. Yeah, of course. I mean, like
Stanhope
I've done.
does blue, but smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
he's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
smartest, one of the smartest blues.
Yeah. One of his my favorite jokes he ever did was just like I take an Ambien and a laxative and play chicken in my sleep. You get it?
So Ambien is a sleeping pill.
Mm.
Oh, yeah,
That'll
yeah.
knock you out, and the laxative will make you shit your pants.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
I like
so
it.
he
I
plays
like
chick-
it.
he
Which one's
said
gonna
so.
win?
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, if I win, like I save my mattress. So he always looks like, oh, thank God. And then he's gambled. He's taken drugs, and he's also not shit his pants.
He's
So-
he's the best.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Yeah, I do feel like for where I'm at right now, like I've played enough of those shows. Don't get me wrong, I've had shows where we've had an abortion on stage
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Where you
and,
blew up a baby with dynamite.
We blew up a baby with dynamite. That was nothing. I really felt like the abortion. Yeah, that could have went wrong. So like I've had those, but like to twist it and not make it gruesome because it was already a stillborn fetus, if I remember correctly. So like
Oh, that
the
makes
girl
sense.
it was.
It's
fine.
already dead.
Yeah, nobody killed anybody, but we were just getting it out to save the mom. But I just remember the girl who initiated it never initiated anything like that, and I think it just came out like I don't know if of panic or whatever. It just like spurted out, and like so. I remember Wes pushed down on her stomach with the pregnant baby, and I was like, I cannot let this baby come out dead or it's going to kill the show. So I remember throwing myself against the wall as the baby and started crawling around. So it worked out.
I love the idea of you sliding out.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, one of the funnest ideas I thought was ever pitched was I do like offensive humor and stuff like that, but also I'm not also like the kind of guy who's like pussy and fart jokes. I'm like,
Sure.
"Oh,
You don't
that's not me
yell
all the
pussy
time
for
anyway."
P and vag for V.
Yeah, exactly.
was hilarious.
Yeah,
They
that
called
was
him
funny.
vag.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to
kept calling
double
him
down.
vag.
and
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Nice move.
That was great. But one of them, like one of the another secret person we know is was very blue. You remember the show I'm talking about where he
Oh, yeah.
and Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one.
Like every scene that he does ends up
It's
getting
like a
around
child
to
molesty
to
scene.
pedophile priests.
Oh,
Every
man.
single
Are you
show.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
You were there. Thank you. No, but we wanted to do like a totally offensive show,
Mm.
and
It
I
was
thought that
preconceived.
thing was pitched because like I think even the other guy Matt was involved with it too, and it's like wouldn't it be cool if like all five of us just got together and be like, this is going to be completely offensive, and rude and uncensored and all that stuff. And I always liked that idea.
So
I
you
still
were
like to
okay
do
with
that.
the pedophile priest, but you wanted more.
I was
than
not okay
just
with
a pedophile priest.
No, I was not really okay with the pedophile priest because it totally threw his partner under the bus, and as an improviser,
And
Oh,
you
I
don't
see.
want to do that.
and like the
Who
thing
the
is-
fuck wants to play a
is that, like-
pedophile? I don't want to play a pedophile. That's right. That's why I give you those suggestions.
Thank you.
That's why we have you.
What were you gonna say, Tito?
I don't remember.
No, one of
Dominic.
the best
So
things. Hold up, real quick. Like playing with new people, because I do improv too.
Yeah.
But like you mentioned, like out of panic, she said like something really stupid. But one of my favorite
Yeah.
things is playing with new people,
Yeah.
and they're like,
Keeps
so,
you sharp.
Yeah, we're at a college where I play, and so like we always say, first rule, don't go blue.
Yeah.
We want to be a family friendly show, and then we're like, okay, start a scene, and they're like, don't say, pussy. Fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like the funniest thing ever. I always laugh. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I love. It's like throwing someone in, like throwing someone new in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't say this. The only thing I'm thinking about is that.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you said it, damn it.
I did like not a workshop, but what would you like a drop-in for a practice at a UCB? No, it was in Portland. No, it was in Washington. I can't remember, but I did a drop-in.
America.
I did a drop-in in America,
In Canada.
and I brought my friend who has never done improv,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, I was like, just try it. I was like, you're a funny dude. You'll figure it out. Don't worry
Mhm.
about it. Just do it. And we're all just like, passing the ball along with words and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. And then he would go like, I forgot, like, a butt plug. Just
Uh-huh.
like,
Yeah.
immediately, like the
Yeah.
first thing. And then the second thing. And then I like give him a nudge and I was like,
Yeah.
and he's
Turn
like,
it
oh,
down.
okay.
Yeah.
He figured
You
it
don't
out.
know these people yet.
Yeah, he
Then you
figured
could
it
do
out
yeah.
once there was like nobody else was doing it.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think he
But-
had
but-
even
but-
ever
but-
seen improv.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
it's
he's
an
a
obvious
very
move.
funny guy.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's an obvious move. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a person that we've both played with.
Oh my god, this
Who-
is the most vague show ever.
Man, we're talking so much
No,
shit.
It's the story that
Yeah,
matters.
yeah.
But
No,
th-
yes,
there-
yes,
there- there's a difference between like just like being blue and like tacky with it, and just like
Yeah.
also just like being clearly clueless. Like
Yeah.
it was a game of freeze,
funny.
which is
Oh,
so easy.
yeah.
And like he just walks out and he says, "Yeah, Devin's an F."
Uh-huh.
Oh,
FAG.
man.
Oh,
FAG.
yeah.
Except he
Yeah,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
say F.
Spell it.
Yeah, Devin's
He
an
said-
F, and we were all like, "What? This is the start of a scene?"
It's the start of hate
It's kind
speech,
of rough.
man.
Yeah.
I don't-
I saved it.
That was the first day in his improv life.
Yeah. And the
No,
last
that's the
day.
worst part.
Really?
He's been going for like a year.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Ah.
Well,
Yeah, I
here's the
gotta ask
thing:
you
is
this
like
guy.
going
Do I
and
know who
then
this guy
like
is?
and then like
What?
training
who
and
this guy is?
learning.
Yeah, that's the biggest.
There's a
that's
very
the
big
thing.
difference
Yeah.
between doing improv and then training and learning improv.
Yeah, because I mean, like, once you do have it down and you can work clean, then I mean, like, you can go blue, and I feel like you could do it in a smarter way. That
But it has to be creative. It has
yeah,
to be
exactly.
smart.
Because
Watch
I feel
Improv
like that.
for humans for that. Don't watch our
Yeah,
show.
yeah. No, not here.
They're very good
Uh,
at going very dark, deep
yeah.
and dark and blue.
But see, then when those moments happen too, if you can handle it, or if it even happens out of nowhere, like sometimes those are like the funnest things when you catch people off guard. And
Yeah.
it's just such a shock. But it's not like offensive. It's just like, oh my god, that was great. Like it was just out of nowhere. Then I don't know. It just makes you a better performer. I
Do you have
think.
like a favorite like time you've done improv or scene or?
Like anytime I do improv, it's amazing.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I
it's
believe you.
absolutely fantastic.
That's right.
No, I love the box though. My biggest problem with the box, and like,
Mhm.
I can judge because I've done improv
Yeah.
once.
Do it.
It makes me a coach, right?
It's on?
No, it's like they always I don't know. It's always the same suggestions. They don't
Mhm.
ask for different ask fors.
Oh,
I
I
feel
see what
like-
you're saying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, it's
a
tough
wider
to deal
pool.
with short form. Yeah.
Yeah,
You want a wider pool when they.
like I don't know. So even for like Foursquare, we here ask like the same ask for
Doctors.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
always-
Yeah.
it's just I don't know. That gets old as a performer myself.
Yeah.
Like, as a short form performer myself, like those same ask fors get old. So
Mhm.
I was like back there trying to produce and like come up with new shit. And I was like, I've done all of these. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, there's something definitely, again, that I learned when I went to Second City. One of my teachers said was something that I've been trying to incorporate into improv in this community as well is improv should always be evolving. It's like just because we played a game a certain way doesn't mean we always need to play Big Booty the exact same way
Right.
that every other place has. So I've been trying to do it, and I feel like Natalie, our coach, is really trying to bring a lot of those outside influences to it, because I've seen her do ones that I've never seen before, like where it'll be, cut to this, this side, Natalie closes her ears, and it's like he's going to have a suggestion of who he is, give him a character, and she's going to have to try and guess. And,
Yeah,
it would
just
cut
like
back
fun
and
stuff.
forth. Yeah, and stuff like that. And it was just like, oh my God. And then they like role reverse, switch sides. So then they'd play with like different people, or like they'd mix it up. It was just so good.
You guys ever get tired of doing improv?
Of what?
Doing improv.
It's possible to get burned out on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like you feel like you're not in like a good headspace, and then like you're not looking forward to it, and you're like, fuck, I hope I make it through this
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I
That's-
feel like,
and-
yeah,
and
it can
that's not a
happen.
good,
Yeah.
approach.
Sure.
Because you're bound
Yeah.
to not have a good show, and that's happened to me before. and it's
Yeah.
frustrating.
And I mean, like, I feel like I'm still on a bit of the kick, because last week I did 4 shows. I did The Dinner Detective, I did The Hive, Wes and I did a private show, and then we had the Phil and Wes show, our actual show, go on that day, or on Saturday, and I do feel like I need a bit of a break.
You got burnt
because
out.
like my brain, it's like
Yeah, last time
love
I saw
doing
you, you
it,
were
but,
like, I can't wait to take a 4-day break.
Yeah.
And the next time I have to do it is for, well, no, you guys had rehearsal yesterday, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I'm still trying to figure it out, because of course I love doing it. Like when we were doing all this shit here, like there's nothing I'd want to do more than just that. But yeah, I definitely think you need, for your mental health, you need to not think
Take a
about improv or your art or your craft or anything like that.
It's one of the weirdest arts or crafts ever, right? I mean, you're asking other adults to pretend, like, be children
to be,
again,
to play,
to be a
children.
child and play make believe for an hour or 2
Yeah.
hours or whatever.
And it's so
Um,
hard to burn out, because as an adult now, like, he's grown up, it's like, you got to get serious, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then it's interesting that you are like, no, it's okay to have fun. It's like, what, really?
It is?
Like, yeah, you mean I could just I can have Tito be like a bus driver, and we can,
And then be
I
Jason
could just
and
be,
turn me
yeah,
into-
I could.
reanimate me and turn me
Yeah.
into a bus.
Two of
Yeah.
us. I just, it was just such a good, like, full circle.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good scene.
That was a great
That was
scene.
fun, yeah.
Yeah, that was so goofy, stupid. Connor,
Yeah, what's up?
what's up? You haven't talked a lot.
Oh, I'm just-
what do you-
because we've been talking.
What do you
I'm-
think about,
have a
how does
question.
your improv, how do you feel
How
about your
your
improv?
improv
Oh man!
How's
Oh,
your
oh
improv
god!
taste?
Oh
Improv
jeez!
performer.
Oh man!
I have a better
Um,
question. You are obviously a fan of comedy.
Yes.
You're a funny guy,
Thank you.
but you don't. Tell me if I'm wrong. You feel like you're more of a behind the camera.
I mean, I definitely
Yeah.
no.
No.
I'm not. I don't really.
Rocky Horror.
I don't really consider myself like a stand-up
Okay.
comic. Like I couldn't go on stage and tell a series of jokes.
But you have.
I have, and most of the time it goes well. I don't ever hear like uproarious laughter.
Yeah.
But that's not as when I do the pre-show hosting for the Rocky Horror gigs. My job isn't to. I'm not there to do a stand-up set. I'm there
Right.
to
Get some
Set the
energy.
get some energy in the crowd, and it goes really well. I'm a lot better, I think, at writing the joke and then performing the joke. I pretentious words coming.
Yeah, no worries. Do it.
Right.
Stand up.
I'm-
writing a joke and performing the joke.
Yeah, but the jokes
be
I
silly.
write are for more like scene oriented things. Like
Yeah, I
like
getcha.
writing a I've written stand up sets, and it's like, no,
Here's the thing, like,
I'll read it and then I'll just stare at it and I'll read it until I hate it,
Yeah.
and then I'll go, this is crap, I'm not funny, and then
Yeah.
I'll sit on my couch.
Those
for,
you have to let breathe for a while.
yeah.
you're one of the few people I know that's like written a play or like writes comedy but doesn't do stand up with it. Obviously there's things like sketch, or there's kind of like they have like storytelling comedy now.
Yeah.
I say now, I'm sure it's always exists, but like now like people recognize it, I guess. I like the idea of blurring those lines sometimes. Wesley is one of the few people I know that blurs those lines very well. If you go to watch Wesley do stand up, I heard he went last weekend, and I heard he was awesome.
Yeah, he was good.
I like I think of Bo Burnham and other people that have like really mastered a weird.
And this is not the state to do that kind of comedy.
Mm.
Like it's becoming that state, but it's taking its sweet ass time
Okay.
getting to that point where people are interested in alternative comedy. Because New Mexico is very much stuck between the Latino.
Pussy and vag and pedophile priests.
Yeah,
like,
and
that's
then
what New Mexico likes.
It's
It's
insult
right
comedy,
in the middle of that pussy and vag.
blue collar comedy,
Right up the
and then
middle.
and then George Lopez.
Yeah.
So if you're coming in going like, "Hey, I got this whole bit. Here's the audio for the bit. Play it when I tell you to play it. Just go with it." The guy is going to look at you like, "You're a fucking idiot. What are you doing?" It's like, "No, it's going to work. Trust me." And then all of those 40-somethings at that bar are going to stare at you like, "You're a fucking idiot. Get off stage."
Yeah.
And no, we won't come see your musical.
Right.
But I worked real hard on it. We don't care. Get out
We
of
don't
here.
care. Get your shitty tape. Who uses tape anymore anyway?
CD?
My neck. Yeah.
No, MP3.
Yeah.
USB.
No one uses
When you were
that
saying that, it made me think of something very particular, which is what you did last weekend.
What I did?
And I think the weekend before,
What did I
which
do?
was somebody gave you a tape and said, "Hit the play button when we tell you to hit that play button." Kevin and
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Yeah, you can definitely find that stuff, but I agree with you. It's not. It's a little more hidden.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because, like, I mean, if you ever want a good venue to like try anything weird, do Reptilian Lounge because they're open to whatever. I mean, like Wes and I did our little improv sketch, and then we were followed by a trash bag lady who she was in a trash bag, came out and started dancing, and killed for some reason. But yeah, I don't know. So I mean, like,
I would have enjoyed that.
yeah, exactly. You're like. More
That was very good.
Yeah. I appreciate the artistry in it.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is around, but I do agree it is like it's hard to kind of come by. Like not
Yeah.
everybody wants to like do that. Everybody wants to just talk about that George Lopez. Am I right?
That's right. I actually loved him growing up.
Yeah, me too.
I thought he was so funny. I still think
Me
he's
too.
funny. I haven't watched his stand up in like probably 10 years.
I watched one of his newer ones, and I was just like, it's not
Wasn't
for
it?
me
George
anymore.
Lopez
Yeah.
I haven't watched a lot of George Lopez, but like George Lopez was kind of a turning point for me in like being positive with people.
Okay.
How so?
Because I just had this like realization with something because I was like talking to them about
Like, oh, treat
like-
Hispanics nicely.
I know. I was like, oh my god.
That's what it is.
You
They're
guys are people
people.
too?
They're people
What?
too. Yeah.
No, it's like I was talking to somebody about like like what do you enjoy? Like who are like you like comedy? Like who are your
Yeah.
favorite comedians? And they were like, oh, I love George Lopez,
Yeah.
my favorite
Carlos
comic.
Mencia.
And so like I had a moment where I could be like, dude, like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Like there's so many great comics, and like
Yeah.
that's your favorite. But instead, I was like, oh wait, I could do the opposite of that, which is like that's awesome.
Yeah.
That means that like you get to have
Yeah.
that moment of discovering Lewis Black
Yeah.
and Patton Oswalt and like Kyle
Carlos
Kinane.
Mencia.
Yeah, for the first time. You get to have those. you get to discover Bill Burr for the first time. I
Yeah.
feel jealous for you.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That is a very
I
positive.
mean, yeah,
outlook.
and
Yeah,
it's like
so,
they have that.
I feel like the answer would be
Yeah.
like, wait, you like George? Oh, you'll probably also like this guy. He's pretty
Yeah.
funny too.
Right.
Like opening their
You'll
eyes
love
to
Dane
it.
Cook if you
exactly.
like
Oh
George
my God.
Lopez.
That's awesome. You get to there's
Jeff
so
Dunham.
much-
Jeff
There's so
Dunham.
much amazing comedy that you
Yeah.
haven't listened to yet.
Yeah.
Not to say that he's bad, but just he's
Yeah.
very mainstream.
Well, it's
got
funny.
it. I got you.
He's
It's
super
kinda-
mainstream. It's funny because you guys are making fun of and naming all of the people that like obviously
Carlos
everybody
Mencia?
knows,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a lot of especially comics don't like them. But I grew like Dane Cook was my
Really?
first comic.
Really?
I was when I was like 13, right? Because I wasn't following comedy before that.
Yeah.
I think
this is
Lewis
all I
Black was
had.
mine.
Okay,
Like when
Yeah.
Lewis
Mark
Black
Maron was
first came
mine.
out, like Lewis Black, I was like, that is.
but that was your first introduction. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Like I remember, like
Lewis Black?
Lewis Black was an early first introduction for me.
like my parents were always like super political. They were on the other side of the political debate, but
We call
The
that
right
the wrong
side.
side.
it's the right
Oh.
side. But it's not the right side.
Yeah.
It's the other side. Anyway, so I grew up like basically paying attention to politics, and
Yeah.
then here's this comedian who's not only talking about politics but making really good points about
Yeah, and
politics
funny.
and being
yeah.
funny about it. And Lewis Black quickly I think that's the other reason.
Whatever
that
happened to him? Is he still around?
Um,
I used to listen to him a lot too for a
Yeah.
while.
Political
and,
comedy has such a fleeting
he yells,
existence.
right? He yells and he's got
Yeah,
that
he's the
drink.
one. I went over there and I found
Yells
shit.
and he
Yeah,
points.
He's on Jimmy's The Daily Show a
The
lot.
Daily Show,
Yeah.
yeah.
So the last thing
Anger
last
in
thing I heard that he's
Inside Out.
doing is
Yeah,
he has an Audible.com a show, and people send in angry rants, and he reads them. It is the most.
I just heard about that.
It's
yeah.
the
Really?
most
Oh, that's awesome,
genius
yeah.
idea
And cheap idea.
because he
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
have to do shit.
Yeah,
He just
because,
reads
because
it in
that,
his
that came out of like the Daily Show because he used to write his own rants for when he had
Right.
his Daily Show
Yeah.
segments. But then like his voice was so clearly defined, like people.
It's hard to be
the Daily
surprised.
Show would like write his rants for him, and he was like, "Great, I'll just do this."
Yeah.
You know.
God,
Yeah.
what a job! You just like you make the voice. I mean, it's kind of like voice acting, I guess.
And he's smart. He's a very smart
No,
guy.
yeah, he's good.
And to be honest, I'm not a fan.
My other comedic inspiration I can't mention anymore because he's a fucking piece of shit.
Louis,
but,
Bill Weinstein.
Oh, Bill Cosby? Yeah.
but his stand up unfortunately was fucking genius.
It's,
and
it's still.
No,
is
it's still
genius.
it's so
genius.
good.
Come
I
on.
know.
Still is
It's just
genius.
I feel like I can't. Like
I can't even watch his newest.
I can't.
stand-up.
And,
Wait,
and
wait,
It wasn't
wait,
very good.
Wait,
The 2008, 2017 or something like
one.
that.
I didn't-
Yeah.
I
wait,
didn't
he
watch
put
it.
out
Wasn't
a
that
new
great.
what
No,
was
no,
it called?
the most recent.
and
I
it's
should have
so
said.
good.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
But like
I don't
Liza,
like it that
I'm gonna fuck up her name. The comedian chick, Liza Schlesinger. or whatever.
Schlesinger, yeah.
She was
Schlesinger.
on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about how since he apologized and everything, he'll probably be forgiven. I'm like, I don't see how.
Mm-hmm.
That's his entire like that whole incident is his entire stand up. Like that's exactly the types
it's
of
too
jokes.
close to what he actually
So
does.
he'd have to change.
That's a fair point.
He'd have to change his entire act.
Mm-hmm.
Or he doubles down.
Oh,
That's
Yes.
right. Yeah, he
Yeah,
goes all out.
No, exactly because like look, listen, he's gonna wait like 5 years. He's gonna be gone
Yeah.
like Dave Chappelle. It'll be like 5-10 years.
Yeah.
And then he will have new topics to talk about and he won't touch it, or he'll just be like, this is what my life has been like, and I understand like I did wrong and this, and he might like go into the history of like this is why I feel this way because this happened when I was a kid and be like this is fascinating. Here we go.
Who was spiking the drinks?
Bill
Cosby.
Cosby. Do you guys know he did stand up like last month? He
Yes.
went to a
Yeah, I
he
heard
went to
about
a
that.
jazz club.
Yeah, and he did it for like an hour.
An
right?
hour of stand up, and then like I think his son came up and started playing the jibbity jazz, and he's like, boom, bop, boom. It
No
was-
shame.
How weird! And it was
Yeah.
like at a black jazz club, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And it was accepted. Like
so
Yeah.
nobody.
so I do want
he
to
bought everybody drinks.
So I do want to ask.
That's why it was
if-
accepted.
That's why.
I'm gonna, I need to write that down. That's
Yeah,
the second time I've said
If
that.
you had the chance to go see Bill Cosby do comedy, would you?
No,
I would.
it's
I-
kind of
I would too.
it's kind of like the Louis C.K. thing. Like
Are they on the same level?
yeah, to me they're on the like I loved Louis C.K. And after all that's like when the story first when the rumors started circulating, I was like, fuck, that sounds like something he'd do.
Yeah.
And then when a bunch of people came out, were like, "Oh, he did this," I was like, "I don't even need him to own up to it."
Yeah.
And then when he owned up to it, I was like, "You fucking asshole!"
Yeah.
So
my comedy, love.
so as far as like I'm concerned, if Louis C.K. like makes his big comeback, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna take part in it.
Okay.
So with Bill Cosby, I'm like, you have like 50 fucking women. Come
Yeah,
it would
see,
be,
like,
it would
I
be
mean-
weird if you were like, no, Louis C.K., but yes, Bill Cosby.
Yeah. No, give me some of that Cosby tips. No, I feel like so I don't know, and I know this isn't a popular opinion, but I feel like it would be for way more of a selfish reason because it's like he has been doing stand up for
Yeah.
so long. I want to see a pro
Yeah.
do like kind of how he does it because he does have a very different style. Like he'll just sit there on a chair and engage the audience
Yeah.
with like a story. He knows the beats. He'll take his time. Stuff
I
like
would go
that.
and
So
see
I
it, but
would
for a
want to
very
see.
selfish reason as well.
Yeah, it's
Like-
not like I definitely don't agree. I never thought the Cosby
it
Show
doesn't
was
seem-
funny.
It's like
I can't argue that like there's some way where it's like the morally or ethically right choice. But I would still want to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't tell anyone. You better not tell anybody that I would do that.
tag you
But
in
I
the
swear to
Facebook
God,
post
yeah.
with Phil at the
Yeah,
Bill
like
Cosby show.
I got a picture with him backstage.
You're both
drink.
like, oh, was this
I
the
shook
drink?
his hand.
Yeah.
He offered us drinks. Oh wait,
Yeah, I mean, I get both sides of it, and don't give me if I had the opportunity, I'm not gonna pay like $1,000 to go see him, but it's like if the
200.
opportunity popped up, I would
Well,
have paid $200. I'm fucking broke.
I think his ticket prices are a little lower than normal.
they'd have to be.
Really? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they cost a drink. Yeah,
Who the
or
hell
a
do you
free
think
drink.
you are, Bill Cosby?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I would definitely engage in that for a very selfish reason. I do not.
Well,
agree
you
with
just
him
want
with any amount.
to. You don't support him.
No.
Although you're saying,
I mean, but even though like giving him money,
giving him money,
just
you would, you would
financially.
exactly, yeah.
absolutely
And I'm
be
kind
supporting
of
him.
supporting his life. I get
absolutely.
that.
It's a twofold thing. You're not going to like necessarily just enjoy what he's like his stand-up. You're
Yeah.
there to study something.
Exactly.
You're
Yeah, that's
watching
why.
as a student of comedy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's why I love watching like professional comedians. I went
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
see what's that guy's name? Jim Norton. Jim
Yeah.
Norton, really funny guy. I don't really get him though. Yeah, I feel like you and I are
I
on
feel
the
so
same.
old man.
frustrated.
Yeah.
I feel so frustrated about Jim Norton because like I've listened to interviews with him and he's a very
Yeah.
smart person.
Like I like his other show that he does.
Yeah, like he like loves chess, for example. And he can like tell you about like, the history of chess and like the great players and everything.
and he's like
and,
a weirdo too.
and he's
Like
this
he's
weirdo.
like yeah.
But then like you listen to his like specials and it's just like, yeah, I'd still fuck that. And like that's
Yeah.
like the punchline to all of his jokes.
He's
And
like
I
kind of
just-
an old school comic.
Like,
okay,
so
so
I
there's a
don't know.
local, no, not non-local comic, but a comic that comes around every once in a while, a stand-up, and he does jokes like that, and it's not even honestly like a. Stop touching my stuff for a second.
Hey, Jesus, this is a nice phone.
Thank you. It's the Note 8. Get it. He doesn't do like jokes with like punchlines. He just tells stories about him fucking people, and it's not even necessarily
Do I know this
funny.
person?
I'll say his name afterwards.
God damn it.
The one time I did stand up.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
And it's like it's very like this. He almost sounds like
Gilbert Gottfried.
Godfrey.
is that what I sounded like?
That is what that was. That was a pretty spot
No,
on.
Once
Nothing
again,
like
Dylan
Gilbert
cannot
Gottfried.
do accents.
Excellent.
That was pretty
tried to do a
spot
Lewis
on.
Black. God damn it. He kind of
Can you do it one more time?
he kind of sounds like this.
Yeah, it's Gilbert Gottfried.
It's totally Gilbert
Moshe
Godfrey.
Kasher?
Iago?
Moshe Kasher?
No.
Was he chasing a princess? No.
Affleck.
As a palace. Anyways, he's like yelling and he's ranting, blah blah blah, and it's not even an actual joke. It's just like, I fucked this prostitute, blah blah blah. And then we walked out, and Jessica's like, he kind of reminds me of like if Doug Stanhope wasn't funny. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
It's just crass, and there's no actual punchline.
Yeah, there's
Where-
no,
where
like-
did you see
setup.
this person?
I've seen him twice now.
At
I'll tell you
at-
later,
at
man. Don't worry
Bosie?
about it. No, he wasn't at Bosie.
Tell me.
I actually don't know if he's ever been at Bosie. He's an old comic. He's been around for a long time. But he's
Tell
not
me.
local anymore, but he visits. Guess, audience. No,
In
I
the
don't-
comments below, please put
Yeah,
your
everybody,
guess.
A, B, C, or D. Tito, Elena.
Where's the game at?
I think I tagged us in the wrong thing, but live television's hard, and those commenters should just shut the
We're
fuck
not
up.
going to tell anyone, Jill. I swear to God.
I'm so angry.
So what were you
Well, I'm
gonna
just
say?
like, what? What do you guys want? I tagged us in the wrong thing. Get over it.
That was 2 shows ago.
Wait, legitimacy board game on Ludlam Tempest?
No.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
that what
no,
we're
it's,
tagged
it's,
under?
if it's refreshed, it would be the most up to date one.
Yeah, we should have. I've updated it like 3 times.
Yeah, well, because the page hasn't updated.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Change where you were listed at to just talking.
Don't tell me what to do.
I mean,
Anyway, you guys were saying.
Oh, you brought up like just telling stories about sex. The one time I did stand up, I was just like
talking to the microphone.
Oh shit! How close do I need to be?
you're a performer,
Yeah, I know. Well,
but you don't perform with mics.
This is stand up. This was
Stop
this
putting
is
him on
gonna
the
be the
spot,
second
guys.
time he's had a mic in his hand.
yeah.
All right,
I just want you to
I'm
know,
stage, I'm awake.
MSK,
Yeah.
we just
Your
did like
eye
2 hours of
projects.
improv, and so this is just like the after show where we're just like decompress a little bit.
Yes, yeah.
And if it gets goofy, it does.
Yeah.
You
If it
are not
doesn't-
telling anyone, Jill.
She's
I swear to
telling
God. She is
everyone.
not, Jill. Do you ever want
look,
the?
see, Jill doubled down.
Do you ever want the
Louis should
Jillipe project to happen?
I really like the name Jillin. That's cool.
Jillin.
Jillin,
Just do your stand-up set. You got 5 minutes. I'll give you the light.
Oh no, I'm not gonna redo it. But
Give you the light. Yeah.
no, it was basically just a sex story that was fucking hilarious, and I don't know if I told it well.
If it's funny, it's funny. Yeah.
I'm super close. I'm touching it. Who is
Don't
sitting over here?
Kiss
Jill,
it.
will you yell at him?
Wes and
Kiss the
I
microphone.
are sharing saliva right now. I'm touching the mic.
Lucky.
Lucky. I am a lucky guy. No, so like basically the one time I did stand up, it was just like a sex story. With, like I don't know, that wasn't really a punchline, but I
No,
thought
but
it
if
was
it's a
Yeah.
funny story, it's a funny story.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy I was listening to, it was not a funny story. It's just the way you express it. I mean, like
yeah.
a lot of like how do you say this and not sound racist?
Oh,
You
go
can't.
for
If
it.
anyone can
Dylan,
do it, it's
It's
Dylan.
you.
Do it in your Indian accent.
In the Indian accent, I think is the only way.
That's the only way
Yeah, I know.
that it's not racist.
You kind of
Because
two racist
The
things
double
cancels
down. The
out.
double down happens.
We're talking about Double Down.
There are obviously comics who it's more show than it is intelligence, right? It's the yelling,
Yeah.
or which is one of the reasons I don't like Lewis Black. I don't think he's personally funny, and comedy is kind of subjective. You're
Yeah.
gonna find things funny that I don't,
Yeah.
vice versa. That's totally fine. George Carlin. I'm
Yeah.
not a big fan of him. I think everything he says, I completely agree with.
It's just not
more or less.
funny.
I just don't think it's funny.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
He's a fucking
like
wordsmith.
it's age. Like I remember listening to it, and it was like, this isn't as funny as it was,
Right.
and that it happens.
And what was I getting at here? The racist part. Can't
Careful.
forget,
all waiting for it.
can't forget that.
it's always
Don't
percolating
forget
with Dylan.
Dylan, you got some hate in your heart,
bubbling.
man.
It's always bubbling.
Yeah.
No, there are. I just I don't know how to say that. There are certain cultural types of comedy
Yeah.
where it is more based on that kind of smack you in the face, but it's not necessarily intelligent comedy.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to say the race or the ethnicity,
Uh-huh.
but you guys get it,
Oh,
yeah?
it was Jill. Yeah.
Jill
Jill.
comedy.
Emo
Joe comedy.
Phillips.
What did we think? What did we like of Andy Kaufman? Andy Kaufman's a genius.
Yeah.
trying to
I
think.
didn't experience enough Andy Kaufman.
I didn't
but,
either.
but
Yeah.
like, Andy
I-
Kaufman is a genius.
I got super. I got super into Andy Kaufman stuff, and
What's your
Did you
I think
start,
that's.
doing like were you like Jim Carrey and you just immerse yourself?
I think
into
that's
him?
also
Uh-huh.
probably why I wouldn't be a successful stand-up. Is like that stuff. Like when he's reading fucking
Great Gatsby.
Great Gatsby. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's genius.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
audience wants him to do the. That's the thing is, I'd want to piss my audience off. Like
Yeah.
actually piss them
Like
off.
make them think. Well,
Yeah,
he was
I
more of
heard
a
about that.
performance artist. I think.
I want to tell a
I
quick
think.
thing that I did Saturday
that piss
Pooped.
people off.
that pissed people off.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
I did
Pooped
a-
on the
I-
stage.
I pooped on the stage, and I was like, "It's a riff on Gigi Allen." Get it?
Yeah, yeah.
Hilarious.
I love it.
T.T. Tito.
You'd have me. You'd have me in the audience and be like, yes.
So I did a stand up set at
Yeah.
the best comedy space in Albuquerque, Greg's Comedy Basement.
How'd it go?
It went really well.
Did you just change the location of the best comedy place?
No. He said
Wow.
this last week also.
No,
Okay.
Greg's.
Well, wasn't it? Oh, never
Greg's-
mind.
It was
Anyway,
his
it's the
place.
best.
It was
Best
his
comedy,
place,
open
but now-
mic.
For
Oh.
Open
for
mic.
like a professional show that seats a lot of people. My space is the best space.
Right.
Bosie Brothers is the best. But
not what you
But
said.
for a
Greg's is
less
amazing.
professional show that doesn't seat as many
So you're
people.
saying, yeah, for the poor
They're,
man's.
they're the two best.
that what
shows
you're
in
saying,
Albuquerque.
huh?
Anyways,
Okay.
I did a set, but like it just had like some wild fucking turns in it. It was so I love taking the audience and myself into a very awkward space and seeing if I can get us all out of it. And sometimes I really can't. But today was like the hardest I ever went with that, and I got us all out. I told a few jokes, like warmed the crowd, got the crowd work and everything. And it's this very tiny space. It's literally a basement that you can touch the ceiling of without extending your hand all the way. It is very small.
So Wes and I have to like bend our heads.
And then now my
Yeah,
my
like,
do-
honestly, you do.
My dog died a week ago, and I had written like a 3-paragraph eulogy on Facebook. On Facebook, and so like I tell some jokes, like the crowd's loving it, and then I tell a joke where like vegetables is the punchline. I go, speaking of vegetables, my dog died yesterday, and then I just read the entire eulogy, and I brought the audience so low down.
Your eulogy isn't funny.
I know
Then why do it at a funny show?
it was an anti-joke.
because it,
He's the great at not being funny.
because I
as a
really
funny
enjoy
joke.
getting into a weird space and seeing if I can get out of it.
Okay.
Okay, but like I brought the audience was on my side, and I brought them so low.
then you made them
and
hate
they were
you.
all sad.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I got so many likes on Facebook. I should do this more often. Little laugh, and then I was like, here's the thing. Didn't post a picture with this post. Nobody here knew I had a dog. Was this real? And then like the whole fucking crowd turned on me, and they're like, "You're an asshole." It was so great.
Holy
And
shit.
And then I went into a bit that I just wrote where I pretend to be a Nazi.
Oh no.
That sounds.
At that point.
So
Fantastic.
Dylan about that Indian accent.
Yeah,
Yeah. No. Like I
Yes.
ended that with saying like, "Oh, I was."
you call?
And then I ended and then I ended it with some jokes about
say
how-
the day.
and I ended it with some jokes about how I'm actually part Jewish, but like eulogy, get the whole crowd to call me an asshole. Then I become a Nazi, and then like all these fucking turns, and then like I stuck the landing. It was so fucking exhilarating.
That
Like
is
everybody loved it.
that is that
It's-
makes
it-
that
it's
makes
one
me
of the
very
more-
happy.
It's
First
probably one
off,
of the most difficult sets I've ever done.
you've weekly. For every week for the last 2 years.
Okay,
I know.
was
For a
like,
second, I
hey.
was like, "That's a backhanded compliment."
Yeah.
You
No,
weekly host a show. It is not very
WEAK.
strong. Yeah.
Every week for the last 2 years, you've been hosting stand up for like
12 years.
dozens at least in one sitting, but hundreds, thousands of people probably over the course of 2 years.
Yeah.
People have come to your shows to watch your shows and perform it, which is fucking awesome. By the way, like more people need to be doing things like that.
Yeah.
Venues where people can like have their creative outlet come to Color Chicken. But
Jesus.
the weird.
We need
Oh, nothing.
comedians.
Wipe the cum from his mouth. His cum from your mouth. Jesus.
It's his show.
That is fine. Yeah. You're just like, Tito, I love you so much. Everything you do is beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm
But
just
I
like,
no, I was getting to a
you're-
point.
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
My point is,
You're a fuck.
but you
Keep up
fucking
above
suck
that.
at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
My point was, but you haven't been like yourself been like doing like stand up shows.
Right.
So
Right.
so what's that like? Like watching people like almost like you're giving people like their first chance even to do.
It's frustrating because I really love like having developing my eye for like creating a product of something, and so when I'm hosting my show, like I'm just about never going to do a set because I want it to be as tight as possible and I want it to be as good as possible. So I care far more about like keeping everybody on their time limit, tightening it. Like if it's being sloppy, just doing good hosting in between. And so like I will almost never elect to go up myself. So it's frustrating because I feel I've been doing comedy weekly, stand-up comedy weekly, and I feel like I haven't done stand-up proper in a while. And so it's frustrating, but I read a book that's kind of like reignited the spark, and so it's been great.
Good.
I actually just had like a bunch of shows coming up all of us like out of the blue. So I'm like, well, I'm glad that like I got that spark going because
Now's the time.
yeah.
Well, I
got
think when
shit.
people see like, oh, this guy wants to do show, is doing shows, they start hiring you from our shows.
Yeah.
Interesting, Tito.
Yeah.
Let me chase a rabbit real quick. Kind of bringing it back, like we were talking about improv, and when someone does it the first time, like there's always those basic things that they like go back to.
Yeah.
Hosting the show for 2 years, or hosting a stand-up show for 2 years, do you see like when people do it for the first time, do you see like a common thing?
Oh yeah.
Mistakes
Yeah,
or
like
okay.
mistakes or just like
Oh yeah. Like I've gotten to a point where I'm like examining like extraordinarily minute things that like you don't think of. For example, just the simple thing I realized what we can do, Elena, my co-host, is if we can get, because like they'll be like, all right, that's my time, good night, and then you come up and you're like, Dylan Ray, another hand for Dylan Ray, because they clap for you when you say good night, and then I come up and say your name, and then they clap again.
Right.
If I can get to that microphone during their first clap and say your name, I tighten up the show, the rhythm of it, and I keep the audience having more energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so like a simple thing like that, like being like right there to grab the microphone. Like a simple, like I didn't think of that for like 2 years. I'd be like, okay, like I'll get to this show, I'll get to it like quickly. But never thought of like trying to get within it.
Right when they're out, you're in.
Yes.
Yeah,
like,
there's
So that
no-
way they applaud Tito when he's on
Yeah.
stage too.
I'm with
Yeah,
you.
he
on that
gets.
one.
Yeah,
I
he
get
gets
you.
the laugh.
He
He gets
absorbs
the
the
applaud
laugh.
It's a-
as well.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
essentially a no dead air
Yeah, yeah.
concept.
Right,
Right.
but the thing is it's the you need the why, and like I didn't have a why, and now I have the why because I've like paid attention long enough to be like I can feel like the movement of the crowd, and so like I understand the why of why I'm doing this.
Hey, just so there's more cum on my mouth from you, I've Tito and Elena are my comedy parents.
Aw.
That's true.
I
They
think
both come in your mouth. Just like any good comedy
they
parents
gave
would.
birth to me and then came into me.
Oh,
Gonna
I
shoot you
think
with funny.
kind of both in improv and in stand up. kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
In some ways.
like all of us were for like Steam.
Yes.
Because you worked with us and you're like, okay, now you're the elder statesman for the student team,
Right.
and you're like, oh shit, me and Kevin got to step up, and he did.
It was really that was really weird.
Yeah, it was a challenge.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we got you into stand up, and then you went up there, and then we came in your mouth.
One of the
that order?
one of the I don't
Was
know
it
that
on
I don't know that
stage?
Tito answered your question.
Nice.
I
No,
think
he definitely didn't.
I'm sorry,
I know you just
let
like
me
total-
answer one of them for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait,
go
wait,
ahead.
Not that
What
I'm a
was your
huge,
ask?
Hold up.
not that I know it. Well, he asked you like, please tell me some mistakes that people
Are there any
do when they do go
cliches
up their first
first-time
time,
comedians?
so I don't make
And you're
those
like,
mistakes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I say
I
one
am
of
a
them?
better
Can I say one
host.
of them?
I host the shit out of that comedy show.
Well, Dom, just to let you know, I am the best host that there is. I've raised my
stand up.
child
I thought you were
ever
asking-
since I was
thank you.
I thought
younger.
you were asking
And I
about-
tighten up my show to make it better
No
for
dead
us,
air.
for
you're
me.
No
saying-
dead
you're
air.
saying the
I
best
thought you
way
were
for me to
asking about
improve
hosting.
The
is
best
for
way-
you to improve.
Exactly.
I thought you were asking.
The best way for you to improve as a comedian is if
let me
I
help
get
you out. Let me help you out.
See, when
I thought
Dylan
you
does
were
his
asking
stand-up
about
set,
hosting, not about just like performing.
He said comedian or comedy.
Let me help you out. One of the things for sure.
play
and
it back.
I'm by no means an expert. I don't claim to be at all. But one of the things is not knowing what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
You've seen enough stand up now that like if you like enough open mics rather
Yeah.
that if you watch somebody go up there and they don't know what they're gonna say, that is an issue and a problem because it is rambling for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I have
and
seen
it's
that.
tough. I've even seen like very good comics go up and not know what they're gonna say,
Mhm.
and they turn into the worst comic of the night.
But also
but
with
they're
that-
very strong normally. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But would that also be a way of strengthening your comfort level on the stage,
I
just
think
to
you-
know that you can talk in front of a crowd?
No,
without
I
getting
think you
nervous?
need. This is my personal opinion. Tito, tell me if I'm wrong. I think you need to have a kind of a strong, not a strong set, but you need to have a set that you need to have jokes. You need to have things that you're going to say.
Right.
Then you can work that, and you can massage the improv into it from there.
Yes, because you want to understand
That
what-
if you are
what
a good host,
then
you
then-
will.
if I'm great, then you will. be
Sorry,
great.
go ahead.
No, like you need to understand what you're aiming for
Yes.
before you break
Right.
it. 'Cause
But don't
because
you
then
need
when you
to-
veer away from it?
Right.
You know, like okay, I understand better why that didn't work.
Yeah,
right, but I mean, like, wouldn't it be necessary to? I mean, like, when I go, if I go up there, the handful of times I have, it's like I have an idea of where I'm aiming for, but it's like if I don't have that space to just kind of wander and play around, where's the growth of what my direction is? Because I mean, like in one of my ramblings, it could be something like, "Oh, I discovered that this is actually something that I'm passionate about," or "I got a laugh and I got mad," or something.
Yeah,
like
look,
that.
who's,
first off, it's an open mic, so
Right,
you're
right.
totally free to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that next time.
But to increase your chances of success, there's a few
Right.
things that you want to do. So to answer your question,
Yes.
which will also answer yours, I run a great show.
No dead air.
And yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the inverse of what I was saying about like getting to that mic, the host side, like if I introduce you, like you want to get and be ready to talk on the microphone before they've stopped clapping for you.
Right.
Okay? And then if you open with like, how's everybody doing tonight? Nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
Okay? Because like everybody asks that, like we just clapped, we're doing good. You don't need to get us to clap again.
Yeah.
Okay? So you jump in
I like being
to your
Yeah.
first what?
It'd be nice if somebody asked me how I was doing
Somebody
tonight.
cared.
But
I mean,
no,
like
but
we're usually there
25
by
people-
ourselves. Just like,
But 25 people. have asked
25
it.
people every 3 minutes asking you how you doing.
yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
No,
yeah.
This waitress is taking a long ass time to get my refill.
Yeah. Or instead
I wish
of
she knew. Yeah.
or
do you-
instead of asking a
Yeah, yeah.
question, just turn into a statement like, God, this is like a beautiful crowd. And then like go and then that's acknowledging the crowd and you go into your stuff. If you want to ramble, fine. But ideally you want to tell like at least 2 very quick jokes at the top because the audience isn't sure that you're funny. Okay? So you
Or
get
that
them-
you're confident.
Right, or that you're confident. So you tell a few jokes. I didn't go right into the eulogy. That would have been death for the entire set. I told a few jokes that I knew would hit. Okay, so you tell like at least one joke,
Yeah.
but preferably let's say 3 jokes. Okay, and then you can be like, okay, let me like
Tell that
try
story.
this weird thing.
Dude, I'm a fucking genius. Like, that's what I did the one time I went up. I told a joke 1st, and I fucked that joke up, so it turned into like a super racist joke.
Nice.
And then I was
How'd that
like,
joke
all
do?
right,
Taking
let's
taking
just,
notes.
they loved it, actually.
Oh man,
It
New
wasn't
Mexico.
intentional.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
disappoint.
It was great.
Did you say Chinaman?
No.
Did you say
Laugh.
beaner?
Which one of those 2 words?
Oh, and then here's a very important
Taking
thing. Like
The other race.
get an audio recording of your set.
Yeah, I know. I can't
Like
watch it. Though.
what?
I can't watch it. Like every
Yeah,
time I,
I
start
said
going,
an audio recording. Okay.
Listening is a
Whoa,
second.
whoa,
I'm
whoa.
the best host.
Whoa,
You're-
whoa.
Okay, yeah, okay.
No, but seriously, like I got into the habit with my very first set. Like I want to have an audio recording. So you pull up your app, your whatever
Phone.
the fuck app,
Yeah.
and as soon as like they start introducing you, just hit record right then. So you don't worry about it when you walk
Yeah.
to the stage. You just place it on a random table.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
I
then
see
you
a
get
bunch
off,
of
you
people
grab it,
doing that.
and when they've finished your outro, because they might say something that is funny that you could be like, oh, I could add that to my joke list or whatever, or
Yeah.
this tag was nice.
Take jokes from you.
Then when they're finished outroing you, then you hit stop. So I just read this in this book that has given me the spark. It's kind of similar to, I liken it to Mick Napier's Improvising from the Inside Out.
What's the book?
It's called Mastering Stand-Up.
Mm-hmm.
Marty
Okay.
lent it to me, and it's fucking amazing. So he actually says, like, record your sets. Like, great, I have a recording of every single set I've ever done. Do it sooner, so it's just a habit. Now it's just a habit. But the first time, I recorded it, and then I went home, and I wrote it out verbatim. Okay, what I
Okay,
said.
okay.
It took me, now, I'm a slow writer, so it'll shorten up, but like for a 4-minute set, it took me 50 minutes to transcribe it.
Goodness.
But you do that,
They have
and then
apps
what
for
you
that.
do is you listen back, and you underline the punchlines, the moments where you got laughs. Okay.
Ooh, that's
and,
good.
And you be generous with that judgment. You don't be like, no, like be generous with where you think like you got a positive reaction from the audience. Okay? And so people are used to laughing constantly because the level of comedy has gotten very high. So you want to shoot for an average of 4 laughs per minute. Okay? Which is a laugh every 15 seconds. All right? And so I counted this, and I was like, I got 22 laughs on my 4-minute set. It's fucking great. They weren't all great, but then you take that and then you start. He talks about how to edit stuff down, and then he's like crossing out, and like changing stuff to retool it and shorten it. And so that's a thing.
You know what's really funny is your mic has actually been off this entire time.
No.
No, I know. I'm just fucking with you. Best host,
But
my
that was a real good
Just
speech
kidding.
you
No, that is
gave.
really good. What did you say? Improv for, or no, not improv. What is it? Mastering
improv,
stand-up.
Mastering stand-up.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to show this. So like this was my 4-minute set.
Uh-huh.
It was 1, 2, and 3 pages. Okay, and I underlined all the spots where I got laughters, and I also I could see I told this joke improperly.
Right.
You know, I usually I still got to laugh, but this.
That's pretty smart about writing it down. I never thought of
No.
that.
Yeah, and I hate writing, but like this way, I was like, I can do this. So yeah, Mastering Stand-Up, the complete.
We're now sponsored
Guide
by
to becoming
Mastering
a
Stand-up.
Successful comedian.
There you go.
This is written by Stephen Rosenfield, the founding director of the American Comedy Institute, which was like apparently like the first school to teach stand-up, and he founded it in 1989. So he's been teaching comedy for 30 years. And this book the copyright is 2018.
Was
So it's
89
like
30
super
years
fresh.
ago?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
This came out in 2018, so like it's super fresh.
Like
It's great.
super duper fresh.
I do something similar. I have all my jokes written out before I get on stage. I do those jokes, and then after the show, I'm like, that one didn't do well. Cross off. I don't like that one. Oh, maybe if I'll star this one. I'll try a different version of it. And then the next time, I'll take those jokes, I'll compact them, maybe take out a few, and then I'll try some new ones. And so you kind of you're always recycling some, and you're always trying new things too. So you know that you have ones that you're actually going to get laughs.
Yeah.
And then there are other ones where
That's one thing.
it's up in the
I
air.
have a problem with that with some of the people that go consistently, because I go almost every Sunday. I have for the last 2 years almost.
Yeah.
But like some
Which is
people.
surprising. Like, first off, thank you, but like you're there just to like hang out and enjoy it, and like you've only done stand up once.
Yeah, I don't. It's just a good time.
Thank
Like
you.
Sundays.
I appreciate
Sundays
it. I'm
just
the
happen
best
to be-
host.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard, but Tito's a pretty
I
damn
know this
good
whole
host.
half of the fucking show.
Uh, I bring the energy, and Elena brings the funny.
No dead air.
Do you guys know who Jimmy Carr is?
Yes.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. So one thing I liked, going back a little bit, like talking about like Dead Space and kind of not knowing what you're talking about.
Great video
He
game.
at least a few years ago, I don't know if he still does it. I haven't seen him live ever. But like he did bits where he's like he wants people to haggle him. Or not haggle.
Heckle.
Heckle. That's what it is. Sorry.
I'll give you $5 if you make me laugh.
$5.
No, 4.
3. Give me 3. $3 for a knock knock joke.
Yeah.
Heckle. Yeah. Where he I knew it was H. I couldn't remember.
I gotcha.
Where he invites heckling though. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's just like off the cuff, and so I feel like you know, if you go up there not knowing and you want to just like
Yeah.
prove with the heckling.
See, I feel like that's one of my favorite things to watch is to watch performers play with the crowd. I feel like that's
Yeah.
what I love watching more. When I went to the Laugh Factory once, like the best stuff that they had is when they're just fucking with the
Yeah.
crowd.
Off
And I
the
mean, like,
cuff,
it's not in
like,
a mean
yeah.
way. It's just like a playful. It's like, oh, they threw something at me. How can I twist this and get it back at them?
Yeah,
I
so
fucking love that stuff.
Bill Hicks has
Yeah.
like these like 10
I
axioms
love Bill
of
Hicks.
the 10 axioms of stand-up
I
that
know
Bill
this.
Hicks created.
Yes.
And like they're brilliant.
Yes.
But like one
I
of the,
fuck-
the
he's one of
best
my
things
top,
he said
yeah.
is like material is what you go to when nothing else is working.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's like
See, so that's why I'm gonna ramble then next time.
Yeah,
Then,
no, but
like,
like-
if it fails,
But, so like
bring out my phone.
I want to yes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that and add another a deeper thing. Like Will Bolt gave me like the best advice when I started out, which was
Right.
it's okay to tell jokes again, okay? Because the open mic is a gym. You know, you don't go to the gym and do one push-up. You do 100 push-ups. You
Right.
tell a joke 100 times.
Mhm.
Also, your first 100 sets do not matter. You're just learning how to hold a microphone and stand.
Mhm.
Interesting.
And that was very helpful to hear because it kind of gave me the freedom to like not worry so much about like all these rules I just said or all these ways to improve it. You can do that, but really it's just go as often as you can. And like I used to have like a schedule. I like check mark off like, oh, I did like 3 open mics, 4 open mics this week. I go and I have fucking nothing. I just figure it out. But that's the main thing, momentum.
Yeah, to be like, there's a local comic who was going
Vague.
Yeah, I know.
5
Are
days
we
a
going to
week.
name drop this one?
Yeah.
No, he's the breakdancer. What's his name?
Yeah, Zach
Dylan?
Abeda.
Zach Abeda. He's been
Oh.
going like every single one that's possible, so 5 times a week, and he's been doing that for only since I think last like April or so, and now he does a ton of shows, a ton of
Nice.
paid gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's because
he's got good hustle.
He fucking he's hustling so hard. I've never met anybody that has done stand up that much.
Like
ever.
I remember like
Other than
when I started, like
professionals.
I was doing that, but like I didn't, and there were other people, but like I got like the open mic soon afterwards, and then I like it changed.
So how far into stand up had you been? How long have you been doing stand up before you opened an open mic?
About 6 months.
That's it.
To about 6 to 8 months.
So that surprises me that you're this new kid, and then everybody's like, "Yeah, I'll go to this guy's open." I mean, I'm sure it like took some time before you got a regular crowd and a good crowd.
it took a little bit of time.
But and Elena had been doing it longer. Is that right?
No, we started roughly the same time.
You guys were 6 months into stand up before. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, I don't know. I can't think. I was thinking of an equivalent for improv, and I don't know that there is.
There is one.
But
yeah.
the thing is like that 6 months was like real productive for me. Then I got the open mic, and it feels a little bit like a job. And so we've been running that open mic for 2 years and 3 months
Yeah.
now. And as a personal growth for my stand up, like I haven't seen a lot. I haven't done a lot, but like I've gotten this spark, and I'm excited to like start hitting it again. Like I wanna.
Well, I do hear you.
I wanna Kendra and Orion it.
So you're going to
What does
leave
that
the
mean?
show.
You're gonna leave
Yeah,
Color
you want to
Circuit?
leave Color Circuit? Is that what you're saying?
Why don't you just tell it to Dylan's face? He's right there.
Send it.
After all
So
the
what I'm
sugar
saying
talk
is
he
this
just
show
gave me-
sucks.
Just
After all the
you're just
cum on
coming
his
all
lips.
over
No, yeah,
my-
yeah.
I let you come all over me.
Like a good
You're his
parent.
And
parent.
then I threw a towel on you and said, "Clean it up, bitch."
Yeah.
And then you left.
I'm out. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And I
are
just-
you not
I'll
supposed
take
to
his
father
place,
anymore.
Dylan.
And I just cried cum tears for 10 days.
I drank so much.
It's in my veins.
Oh boy.
It's time. Yeah.
10:20.
You guys ready? We're gonna
Yes.
sign off.
That was good. Thank you,
Bagel
Dominic.
out.
Yeah,
It's good
absolutely.
to. We haven't like done a lot of sitting and talking.
Right.
true.
No, we haven't.
It's good. You're usually just playing games or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Is it-
You're always doing
Producing
theater or
shows.
something. or
I'm
being a
actually that's why
performer.
I'm not on much. It's
Yeah.
like,
I
Got it.
miss doing theater so much, just because I don't know, I love the community that it builds, but it eats up so much of your
so
time.
much fucking
It
I
time.
just yeah.
Go ahead and plug.
I'm doing Mary Stewart at the Vortex. It's great. There's a bunch of like directors, so you know they're all good at what they do. So it's a bunch of directors, and then Fred, who is directing this show, like anybody that can manage first off, theater people in general, they're fucking annoying.
Oh my god, they're the worst.
And like
Yes,
directors
they
and
are.
like teachers and like anybody that could direct like
Fuck 'em.
heard
Sure.
directors themselves like you.
Oh, that's
know,
even
he's-
worse?
He's
Yeah, yeah.
fucking awesome. So
Yeah,
it's
nice.
a great show. If you want to come.
Cool. Me, come see The Hive next week at Friday.
Come on, see the
What is it? At 10:15 at The Hive at the Box Theater. Stay tuned for Phil and Wes shows. The show is, of course, always sponsored by Phil and Wes, the funniest duo in ABQ.
You guys have a tagline
Yeah.
now.
And the only duo in ABQ. That's pretty much it. I don't think
Kevin
I
and
have anything else.
Natalie.
They're sketch. Okay, they're sketch. If
Sure.
they did
As
an
in
improv
sketchy
show,
people.
I would, yeah, I don't trust those two.
Plug, Connor.
Oh god, what do I not have going on?
By the way, we should keep in mind, producer, we need to start telling our guests to plug things because
Oh,
we,
yeah,
haven't,
yeah.
we haven't been giving them
Oh, yeah.
space to, and we should.
That's right, all you people in Australia.
So I
And
got
Jill.
Jill.
Overdrive Publications has a 24-hour live Facebook event to raise money for
That
lymphoma
was
and
your
leukemia. We're going to be awake.
Right.
I wanted to do that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
right,
didn't
I
send the
have
email yet.
that.
it's all right. Talk to
24
Royal.
hours.
Talk to those peeps.
Yep.
It's going to be 24 hours. I'm sure if you just popped in and were like, "Hey, I want to do something," it'd be like, "Cool, we're exhausted."
Mhm.
We're going to
Let's
be
do a
doing
bagel.
we're going to be doing Rocky Horror Picture
Bagel
Show
show.
at the Sunshine Theater in
Oh,
May.
you guys are doing Sunshine?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
to also raise money for leukemia and lymphoma. That'll
That's like
be
one
exciting.
of the funnest things I've seen is Rocky Horror. I saw it at where was it? The
Ox-
musical Southwest.
Oh,
Musical
we're
Theater
doing the
Southwest?
movie. We're
okay.
doing and so
the Shadowcast.
we're doing the Shadowcast,
Nice.
the better
I want
version.
to see that. Yeah.
There's on our website we have interviews with Steve-O, we have interviews with Tommy Chong, and I was there for all of that. That was cool. I have a Love on Porpoise read through coming up.
Redux.
The Porpoiser.
The
that-
porpoise.
that's-
Ah,
Even-
Electric Porpaloo.
And that'll be
You're not even trying.
Love on
why
Porpoise.
I'm funny.
don't need
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Love
That's
on
one of the
Porpoise
best
2,
goddamn
more
improviser.
Porpoise. Yeah. That's going to get remade, so bunch of exciting projects.
Sweet. Tito.
Let's
Bully
see.
Brother, the
Hive.
best open mic ever in the
I was
entire
gonna
world.
say that's the
I heard that
punchline,
host
you
is
asshole.
really good.
I hear so too.
I
His
hear he's the
name
best.
is Elena,
I hear,
and
no,
he
what I
is.
hear is they're the best hosts because they have the best stand-up people.
Yeah,
That's right.
the
yeah,
only
that's what
reason.
made
and
it.
no dead air.
Because that's how that
Exactly.
works.
That's
right?
what
There
happens.
are a lot of great hosts in Albuquerque.
Mhm.
I would not say I'm the best host. I wouldn't. I would just say that, like,
Roll
we-
the tape.
we luck
Yeah,
it
I know.
out
I was like,
and
that's not
we're
what you just said like a few minutes ago.
I know, because I was being boisterous, but like John Quire is fucking amazing.
I
Kevin
really like
Bach
John
is fucking
Quire.
amazing.
Quire.
Okay, like those are great hosts.
It's true.
The others. Check out
Plug
the
their open
Hive.
mics.
The Hive Fridays at 10:15 with me and Phil and Wes and other people. And Bosey Brothers Spit Your Bit Comedy Open Mic on Sundays at 8 o'clock.
The mediocre.
Dude, like we're
Mediocre.
so good. Like we're wanting to turn people like 27 comics a night. Like, please. We're not even posting anymore. People still show up.
Someone turn his mic off. Dylan, what you got going on?
Make sure to tune in next week for more
Color
comedy
Circuit. Oh.
on Wednesday
Comedy
nights.
Circuit.
We're live every day during the week at 7 p.m. MST. And tomorrow,
And keep an eye
we are
out.
doing a very special new show called Oppositeness, which turns out is a real word.
Oh yeah.
Scott and
That's me.
I were looking up, like we spent like an hour sitting in a car trying
You
to
spent
figure
an
out the
hour
name of the
trying to
show.
figure out if it was a real word or not.
No, we
What
spent an
else
hour
were you
trying to
guys
figure out the
doing?
name of the show.
Was
and
the
then we
car
were-
running with the hose inside?
Yes.
Like, if we don't come up with it, I swear to God, it's over.
Yeah, it was a game of chicken.
Yeah,
And anyways, that's tomorrow night at 7 p.m. MST. Come
I'll
and
be
watch
there.
Jill, Janae, Scott, Wes, and
King Phil.
King
That's right.
Phil.
You're
We'll see
welcome.
you guys then.
We'll see you guys then. And watch out for Dylan's blog. It's going to come out soon.